Here we go. Breaking news around the Chicago Bears. We are live here on Bears Now by Chat Sports, YouTube, Rumble. You guys know the drill. I am Harrison Graham. The Chicago Bears have traded for Steelers wide receiver Chase Claypool as Justin Fields has a new weapon. Now, there was conflicting reports on what the trade was. We knew it was a second-round pick. It does appear to be the Bears' own second-round pick. The initial report was that it was going to be the pick they got from the Ravens. It is going to be the Bears' own, which kind of stinks because unless the Bears have a huge second-half rally here, that Ravens pick is going to be the lower of the two. But I don't think it's enough of a difference that I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on this trade. Justin Fields needed a weapon. They get him a weapon. Let's go. Bear down, baby. Who won the trade? Type CHI for the Bears. Type PIT for the Steelers. We're going to break this down for a while. We're going to take your questions. If you guys want to super chat, we'll party as well. Who won the trade? Go ahead and let us know. DT says Chicago. Alpha says Chicago. Michael says Chicago. Stephen Hunt says Chicago. Robert Schwartz going with Chicago. Dylan says Pittsburgh, so does Maurice. Mr. Tito Bear says Chicago. DT Chicago. Dylan Chicago. 81% on the live poll say Bears. Matthew say Pittsburgh. Let's see. Chi-Town from Chad. Chicago from Mad Mike. Carter. Kit. Christian. Bryce says I'm sorry, but Pittsburgh. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not surprised the Steelers were willing to trade him after they drafted George Pickens, but I am a big Chase Claypool fan. I mean, you look at what he did his first 2 years in the league. He basically averaged 60 catches, 865 yards, playing with noodle arm Big Ben Roethlisberger. This year, his numbers are a little down, but what's he been saying? He says, we need to challenge teams downfield, throw the deep ball. Well, Kenny Pickett can't do that. Mitch Trubisky can't do that. Now, he comes to one of the better deep ball throwers in the NFL in Justin Fields. Justin Fields still has things to work on, no doubt about it, but something he does pretty well is throw the ball vertically. And Chase Claypool at 6'4", 238 pounds, runs a 4.4. He is a go-up-and-get-it vertical threat. I am fired up about this move for the Chicago Bears as they send, yes, their own second-round pick to the Steelers for Chase Claypool. Sam?
Fun fact here, shout out to StatMuse. Chase Claypool has more career receiving touchdowns than any active Bears wide receiver.
That includes Darnell Mooney, who had 4 his first year, 4 his second year, and 0 this year, unfortunately. So there you go. Yeah, that works. Lucas Praying kicking off the Super Chats today as he gets it going here. This is a massive win. Claypool has never had a quarterback in the NFL. This proves Poles believes Fields is the guy. That is a very good point. No one will remember the compensation if Claypool becomes the Bears wide receiver 1, which he can be. Even if he's like a great 2, like if him and Mooney are just a good 1-2 punch, I still think that's worth the second-round pick. Like, you had to get this guy a weapon. And by the way, this does not take the Bears out of play for a receiver early in the draft next year. They're still going to have a first-round pick. They still have that Ravens second-round pick as well. They will probably take a receiver at some point, but this allows you to be more flexible. You're going to need some defensive line help. You're going to probably be interested in some offensive linemen. So I think this is a good move for the Chicago Bears. A couple more Super Chats, and then we got to tell you about a brand-new sponsor here. Steven says, Bears basically traded Roquan for Claypool. They traded Roquan for Claypool in a 5th. Basically. Roquan's a better overall football player right now, but he plays a way less significant position, and the Bears needed help around their quarterback. So the trade, it kind of is a second or Roquan and a 5th. Or no, what's the math here? They traded Roquan for Claypool in a 5th. That's what it is, basically. And A.J. Klein, which doesn't really help you long term. But for this year, it helps you this year. And plus, if you're getting Claypool, this team's going to try to compete in games. Like, they're not just going to roll over. Like, if this offense keeps playing well and now you add a big-time weapon, let's go. Like, let's see what this guy can do. I'm absolutely fired up about it. I'm also fired up about our new sponsor because I am Lord Harrison Graham to all of you now, thanks to our friends over at Established Titles. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat if you want to become a Lord. Let me explain in further detail for you guys. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. I got my own certificate. I got my own plot of land in Scotland, guys. I'm now a lord, and you can be too. Plus, Established Titles plants a tree with every order. Huge fan of that. And work with global charities to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, your plane tickets, dating profiles. If you're in the dating game and you put Lord, insert name, I mean, I'm intrigued, just going to say that. It makes a great last-minute gift, too, by the way, as we're entering the holiday season here. Great gag present as well, because it's a lot of fun here, having a good time. Look at this certificate. I mean, it's on my wall at this point. I love it. And by the way, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link, which is we'll have on screen in a second, establishedtitles.com/chat, you will get land within just feet of where my land is. We can have a Chicago Bears now plot land in Scotland, take down the Packers plot, which has none over there. Be a landowner today. Add Lord to your title in Scotland. I own property in Scotland. It's a real fact. And my name is Lord Harrison Graham now. I haven't changed it officially, but I can if I want to. Get going today. Establishedtitles.com/chat. That'll get you 10% off when you sign off. It's a fun sponsor. They do great stuff by planting those trees and preserving the land over there. I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. Go check them out today. And, hey, let's own some Bears land over there, baby. Bear down. All right, Kit Stanford. Great pickup. Well done, Poles. Looking forward to seeing Claypool get to work. FGB, bear down. Well, we've gotten some $5 super chats, so you guys know the drill. Cheers. Void Eclipse 248. Who would you rather us have gotten, Deontay Johnson or Claypool more? I think for what you already have, Claypool. Deontay Johnson is a very similar stylistic receiver to Darnell Mooney, 5'10", kind of a quick guy. Claypool's 6'4" and can run. I like Claypool stylistically. He's a completely different receiver than Mooney, so it gives you a different type of weapon. I really do like that. Plus, he's still on his rookie contract. They just paid Deontay Johnson $19 million a year. You got Claypool through next year on his rookie deal. Then you can figure out how much you want to pay him. All right, here's our super chat menu. We'll keep it simple, just like yesterday. Every $5 we're sipping. $20, shot a Fireball, which we'll go get some Fireball once we get that first 20. And then $100, I got a beer bong. So, hey, cheers to you. If you guys want to donate, we'll party all day long. Sealand, welcome, my friend. I mean, Chase was drafted in round 2, pick 49, so they got back what they paid, maybe even more. So, yeah, I mean, they got him about where he was drafted. So, and he's played well. It's not like he's underachieved. He had 2 really good years to start his career. Numbers slightly down this year, but again, they're working out Kenny Pickett. Trubisky's not a downfield thrower, so I think you got to take that all with a grain of salt. Harrison Graham's beard, I would have liked to keep our second, but yeah, sure. Ideally, it would have been the Ravens pick, but when you get the extra pick, I mean, it gives you the opportunity to do stuff like this. So I think overall I still would have done the move, and the Bears obviously chose to do that. Cornelius, we literally talked about this trade on the Call-In app on Sunday, and we both said we would do it for a second. I'm happy. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it for a first, but for a second, I think it's worth it. He's got limitless talent. He can run. He can high point the football. He's young. He can grow. Him and Mooney are in the same draft class. These guys can grow together as a 1-2 punch. I like it. And cheers, Cornelius. Alex, love the trade. Claypool and Harry, good start. Hey, N'Keal Harry's starting to come on too. You look at this receiver depth chart. Mooney, Claypool, St. Brown for now, but N'Keal Harry outsnapped St. Brown last week. If he keeps coming on, this could be a fun 1-2-3 if N'Keal Harry proves to be something. Byron Pringle could be back from injured reserve soon. We'll see if Valus does anything. Dante Pettis has been playing better as of late. At least, it looks a lot better when you add in a higher level player, right? The guys who are your 2s and 3s become your 3s and 4s, and you're like, oh, as a 4, I like Equinemius St. Brown. You know what I mean? So I like that stuff. That is good stuff. All right, does Chase Claypool fix the Bears wide receiver issues? I still think there's work to be done, but I think this is a really good start. Mooney, Claypool, that's a good starting point. That's a really good starting point. I don't know if you have a true number one still. Maybe one of these two guys can become a number one. I do know you have two number twos. And if you have two really good number twos, that can work as well. And maybe this looks like Cincinnati soon, where maybe this is your 2 and 3, and then you go get your 1 in the draft. You know? They got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. Maybe you get another guy in the mix here, and you got your 1, 2, 3 punch. So I like it. T. Hendricks says yes. Sincera says no. We still need a dynamic number one. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the case. Maybe Mooney or Claypool elevates to that. But right now, I would agree. You still don't have a true number one, but you have two number twos, legit. These are two number twos, and that's a lot better than where you were sitting an hour ago. Sean D. says yes. Davis says no. So, hey, I love it, man. I'm a big fan of this move by Ryan Poles. Steven, cheers. I believe the Bears made an effort for DJ Moore, but Carolina wanted more than a second. Poles plans to keep as much draft picks as possible. I'm sure they inquired about more, but if Claypool's going for a second, Carolina's not trading DJ Moore for less than a first.
Trade alert, William Jackson to the Steelers.
Oh, interesting.
That's a really interesting move.
I thought especially since they leaked that they were going to cut him.
Yeah, and they're going
to take on
his
that
contract.
Maybe they're going to restructure. Interesting.
And completely unrelated NBA news, the Nets are hiring Ime Udoka.
Ime Udoka to the Nets already.
He's walking into a firestorm.
That is something. Sealan! I have so much work to do on the $100 Super Chat Club before Sunday. We'll get to you in a minute, Sealan. Sangray Kim. Fuck, this means bust. Yeah, Sangray, Justin Fields, the guy you call bustin', 98 QB rating the last month. Get comfortable. He's sticking around. Tony Williams, do you trust Ryan Poles? I definitely do. I like what he's doing. He's shifting toward the quarterback. You build around the quarterback. And if the last week tells you anything, they believe in Justin Fields. They shipped out Robert Quinn. They shipped out Roquan Smith. They add Chase Claypool. Like, when you shift out Quinn and Roquan, you could be thinking, oh, they're just going to sell. No, you buy as well. And I told you guys they could buy and sell. That's exactly what they've done. Sell defense, buy offense. Let's go, Justin Fields. Emiliano with the 10. Cheers. Bigger cheers for the 10. Unless Claypool proves me wrong, he's not worth the second. Poles took an L. It wasn't even the Ravens' second. It's our own overpay. Way too early to determine that. Chase Claypool, let me see the exact pick he was drafted. 49th pick. Bears pick, let's say they finish 7-10. Just throwing a number out there, 7-10. That'll probably be like the 12th pick in the first round. So 44th pick you're giving up, it's kind of even, right? And he's had 2 900-ish yard seasons coming into this year. Like, he's been good.
So, according to Tankathon, which, take it for what it is, take it for whatever you will, they've got Chicago as 12th in the order, the NFL draft order, in the first round. So, if you think about it, second round, they're pick number 44.
I think 43 because the Dolphins don't have their first-round picks. There's one less
correct,
first-round pick this year. But, look, if you get Claypool...
And meanwhile, Baltimore, they're all the way at 25. So, it is a big difference between
it's a 12-pick difference right now.
Middle of the second round and back end of the second round.
Yeah, it's a difference. But... I don't think the Bears are just going to roll over in this season. Like, if you're adding Chase Claypool, you're not going to tell the guys, like, hey, Matt Eberflus is not going to lose on purpose. Okay? So, I don't think they're going to lose out or anything. Like, yeah, it would suck if they went 4-13 and you lost the second pick of the second round, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to break down this trade for a while, take some questions, and we've gone live 5 times in the last 2 weeks. Two Bears games, Robert Quinn trade, Roquan trade, and now the Claypool trade. That's why you subscribe, turn on notifications. We got you covered before anyone else here on YouTube. Let's go. Emiliano, unless Claypool proves me wrong. Oh, we just hit that one. Shout out to you, Emiliano. Mr. Dano, with Claypool in the mix, predict the Bears starting receiver core. Hopefully they continue to use Harry. Yeah, this is kind of my just off-the-cuff depth chart here. Mooney and Claypool, 1 and 2. N'Keal Harry, based on snaps last week, out-snapped St. Brown, but I think those two will continue to be the next guys after those two. This week's kind of a wild card. We'll see how much Claypool gets involved on Sunday against the Dolphins. I do think he'll play, but I wouldn't expect him to know the full playbook or anything. Where does Velus Jones work in? Where does Pettis work in, as he's actually been playing fairly well recently? When Pringle gets healthy, how does he work in? So I think Mooney and Claypool are your top two guys, and then it's kind of open season the rest of the way. But I am with you. I'd like to see N'Keal Harry get more involved. Claypool's a poor man's Metcalf. There are some similarities there, yeah. He's not DK, but he's got the physical stature, the speed. I will say this. DK Metcalf got to play with Russell Wilson before Wilson became a bum the last year and a half, a great deep ball thrower. Chase Claypool has not played with a good deep ball thrower. Now he's getting one. Justin Fields throws a good deep ball. So it's going to be exciting to see this chemistry develop. It's going to take time, but I, for one, am excited to see it happen. From help Justin Fields. Well, he just got help. Fields, you got your weapon finally. Win, Poles. I'm with you. Cheers to you, partner. Do you believe in Justin Fields? Help Justin Fields does. Type B for believe. Type D for don't. We'll get some shout-outs here. We'll get the question on screen when we can. B for believe. D for don't. Do you believe in Justin Fields? We got GD West saying believe. John Baker says believe. I didn't even realize sub-only chat is on. I'm actually going to turn it off for now. Kevin says believe. Jamal, Sean, Adam, Edwin, Tito Bear. A lot of believe. I don't see a single don't right there. How the narrative changes in a month. Kit, The Beastly, A-Moose, Ehar, Sharv, Robert, Mike, Nick. Waiting for Sangray and Larry Lapper. Rock Pack, Max Powers, Killen DeVille, and Alex, Andrew. Let's go. Luke says believe. Swazi. Continue to get your votes in. Jaxo, I hope we get DJ Moore to make Packers fans more upset. They're not getting DJ Moore. And that's okay. You just made your move. The Bears are probably done, realistically, at least buying-wise. Maybe they trade away another piece, but I think they're set, man. I think they're set with what they've got, and I'm happy with it. Sealand, today's MVP. This super chat is for the future and seeing Fields hopefully utilize Claypool. Harrison, I want someone else to do this beer bong. Save your organs. Well, it's NFL trade deadline day, Sealand, so I can't just beg people to come in here. Let me see. There's one guy. I could ask. Do you want me to ask Trace first? Give me a sec. All right, we'll see, Sealand. I don't mind doing some, but I do appreciate the courtesy. It is my birthday, so I'd like to save my organs too. All right, trade alert. Chase Claypool to the Steelers for a second-round pick. Let's go. I'm hyped. Let's freaking go. I'm fired up. Oh, great. Sheldon! Let's go! Let's go! And now the happy birthday. I really didn't want to reveal that, but when you said save my organs, I was like, yeah, it is my birthday. Maybe I spare myself a bit today. But some shout-outs. Paraloo, John, thank you guys. Ethan, Burrito, Logan, Phillip, Redder Fire. We got Christian, Bear Down Forever, Lerder, Void Eclipse, Travis. Someone says the graphic is wrong. What graphic? What graphic was just on screen? Something wrong with the graphic? Did something change? Multiple people are saying it. What's wrong with the graphic, guys? Do we have bad information? Oh. We're flipping it around. D says happy birthday. Kit says happy birthday. Chicago says it was it wasn't the Ravens' second, unless that's new.
I don't know what mistake people are talking about. It looks totally right here to me.
We got it fixed.
I did. That's my bad, guys.
We're keeping on top of it.
It's a busy day.
We got a busy day.
I was just so excited.
We got a lot going on. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes, guys. Sangray Kim, and we got Sheldon in a minute. Pole's doing what Coward wanted him to. Colin Coward did say before the season that don't pay Roquan and move on to the 21st century. And, yeah, they're focusing on offense, it appears. Love to see it. Steven says, will Claypool play this weekend? I would think so. It's only Tuesday. He'll probably have a limited package in terms of, like, what plays he'll be in there for, but I bet he'll play some. I don't think he'll play 90% of snaps or anything like that. But red zone, some third down stuff. I bet he'll play. Kind of like if you watched Christian McCaffrey in his first game with the Niners, they used him in like red zone and third down stuff. I could see something similar. I bet he will play though. Emiliano, if they trade Eddie for a couple of picks, maybe a second in there, then this makes sense. Also, the Bears picking high and trading down gives them more picks. Yeah, and that's a good point too. I could see the Bears being a trade down team in the first round. Get an extra pick, go volume, and go that route. I definitely could see that being the case. Cheers to you, Emiliano. Seth says a power move, FGB, bear down. Appreciate that, Seth. Robert Rain, is the second round pick the one from the Ravens? Nope. It's the Bears pick. We thought initially it was, but after extra reports came out, it is the Bears pick. I'm going to pour at least one beer bong. I'm going to have to do at least one of these.
I'll shotgun a beer for the other one. How about that?
Sam will shotgun a beer for the other one, so we're going to have some fun here.
It's just as miserable.
Jacob, I love this trade. Ryan pulls for the win. I like it, man. I like it. Jacob with another one. He says, happy birthday, Harrison. This 10 is for your birthday. Enjoy it. Thanks, man. Love the content. Love the trade. Bear down, baby. Let's go. Get a bear down going from Jacob.
Another trade alert. Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins.
Oh.
For a package that includes the 2023 first-round pick that Miami acquired from San Francisco.
Is this the craziest trade deadline ever?
It's the craziest one in a
while. The NFL trade deadline is not normally like this. It is not normally like this.
I'll put it this way. This is my third trade deadline here with the company. By far the busiest one already.
Close. Not even close. I think this is bigger than the NBA trade deadline last year. And that's pretty rare. Wow. Teams are going in. I will say, adding the extra wild card spot a couple years ago, great for the trade deadline because more teams think they can win. Yeah, more teams think they can make a run. So, Bradley Chubb to Miami. Man, Bears going to make another move? Who knows? Who knows? Justin Sanchez with the 5. If we have a high first, we can always trade back for another first or a high second. Claypool is a great move. I like the move, man. I just do. I'm not trading my first for a player. I might trade back during the draft, but second, you had 2 seconds. Let's ride, baby. Let's go. PK with the 5 as well. 1, Fields is the guy. Packers, fans pissed. Get the FGBs going. Get the FGBs going right now in the chat. They should have gotten Chase Claypool, but instead they're stuck with a bunch of bums at receiver. Rodgers is a douche. Let's go. FGB, Davey, Adam. Oh, Cedric! Cedric! Let's party. Let's party. Cameron, Kit, John. Chase Edmonds part of that trade as well to Denver. The running back.
I've got the full details if you want them.
Sure, read them out.
Per Schefter, Miami trades a 2023 first, a 2024 fourth, and Chase Edmonds for Chubb and a 2025 fifth-round pick.
Okay. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that freshman in college to go to the Dolphins in 3 years. More shout-outs here. Jamie says FGB, Jeffrey, Michael, Timmy, Jaxo, Quentin Jones saying FGB.
And how about this? How about this? 8 minutes ago, our good friend Trent Brown on Twitter tweeted, next chapter.
Trent Brown getting traded again?
This trade deadline
Aaron
is
says
nuts.
FGB, Colby, Daryl, Seth, Danny, Joel O'Connell in the chat, everybody. Joel O'Connell in the chat. All right, we got to – oh! Paul Dow! Paul Dow! Let's go! Paul Dow with 150. With 100. Everybody type Paul Dow in the chat. Paul Dow in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Type Paul Dow in the chat. Paul Dow in the chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Trent Brown also just tweeted, LOL, my bad, y'all. Can't look too deep into things. John says Paul Dow. Chris says Paul Dow. We got to catch up on the supers. Jay Thompson, who won the trade? Justin Fields. Great call. Great call. Mick Wheel with the $5 super chat. We're going to fly through these here. What do you think about giving another second-round pick for Tyler Boyd, a 5th and a 7th? I mean, a second for Boyd, a 5th and a 7th? I mean, maybe, but I don't think Cincinnati's going to trade him, especially with Chase hurt right now. He's going to miss a few weeks. Sheldon B. with the 100. You are now a member of the $100 Super Club. If you don't know what that means, on Sunday we update our list and we shout out every member of the $100 Super Chat Club. We keep tallies. So if you send more than one, it's got like X2, X3, however many you got. I mean, Sealand's got like 30-something at this point.
So we've got Trace coming in the room right now. We've got the
I've got,
guy,
this is me.
Just drank that.
I haven't drinking it yet. Go find a beer bong, Trace. So you're going to shotgun, I'm going to bong, and Trace is going to bong? Chug some tequila. Let's go. Chase Sr. in here. You just want to trade. You just want a trade to happen. Yeah. He covers the Eagles and 49ers here.
Robert Quinn and McCaffrey, but I need another one.
I know. It's addicting.
Hey, bear down. Let's go.
Get Justin Fields some help. Let's go. He's chugging some tequila for Bears fans. That's right. Baby. Appreciate it. All right. Trey's going to come in here. We'll read a couple more here. Space says this gives us flexibility for the draft. Yeah, you still got a first and a second. You're good to go. Jacob Hollingsworth. Oh, Trizzy Trace. Let me read this, Trace. So slide that way a little bit. Jacob says, happy birthday, Harrison. This $10 is for your birthday. Enjoyed, bro. Love the content. Love the trade. Yeah, we read that. Thank you, Jacob. You guys are legends. John, not to take away from the trade, but Eddie looks like his old self. Stud. Eddie Jackson, balling out. You love to see it. DeAndre, appreciate it. Wasim, he's back. Happy birthday, HG. Seeing how this is a weak free agent receiver class, what do you think the Bears will do with their first? You could still draft a receiver in the first round. To your point, it's not a great wide receiver group in free agency. So you could go receiver in round 1. You could go edge rusher, defensive tackle. You got flexibility now. You don't feel like you have to get a receiver in the first round. I'll put it that way. All right, Cedric. All right, Trace, you want to race here? We're going to race here, then we'll catch up on more super. So Sam's going to count us down. On go, we start. So type H for Harrison, T for Trace. He's a real one. Look at him. He's rocking the real one. Chatsports.com/real one if you want to get a real one t-shirt. Here we go. Sam, count us down.
Let's see if Harrison can bounce back after yesterday. 3, 2, 1, and go. No, this ain't happening. Oh, wait, no, we might. Let's go, Harrison! Let's go!
I was due. You'll be back if more come in.
Hey, it's that birthday. It's
that birthday spirit. That birthday chug. Let's go. 600 and soups. If we get to 1,000, we'll do something special. Appreciate all the help. Here's our super chat menu. $5 will Beers cheers you. $20 shot a fireball, which we just got one actually. Trace. Shit. Yeah, Sam's going to go get some fireball. You want to just throw the next one on? Yeah, here. Let's go Paul Dow. Paul Dow. Everybody type Paul Dow. We'll get some shout-outs. He says, happy birthday, my guy. You deserve a good birthday. Thank you, Paul. Bears gave you, all of us, a good gift. I love this trade. I fully believe in this regime and our McLaren of a quarterback. With this regime, it finally seems like someone upstairs gets it. Bear down. Let's ride. Shots all around. I'm going to take some shots. I just did a beer bong. I owe another beer bong, I think. Or Sam's going to shotgun a beer. We'll figure something out. And we're partying. We are partying. Let's give some love to Paul. Jason says Paul Dow. Art World says Paul Dow. Rock says Paul Dow. Let's go. Marie says Paul Dow. Marcus says Paul Dow. Let's go. These might be the old commie shots. I think they are. All right. Oh, you got me the big shot glass.
These are the commie shots?
I have a shot from here.
Well, I got the big shot glass because I figured you might want to combo some shots.
I might. Cheers. One more for Paul Dow since he had the hook. A little 150. We'll give him that hook shot.
I was going to say, I might as well
You going to shotgun?
Yes, I'll shotgun. I was going to say we might as well give a shout-out to Lawrence here for saying FGB and Paul Dow.
Lawrence FGB, let's go. Relentless, I just took that shot for you. That's the 20 I just took it for. Break out the fireball. We're doing it. Let's ride. Thank you, Relentless. Mike Riley with the 5. So looks like money will be spent on both lines. What does it look like player-wise? Good options there. There's some decent linemen in free agency. Orlando Brown, which I think the Chiefs will keep, but we'll see. Elton Jenkins is a player I'm really interested in as well. Mitch Morse at center. Keep an eye on that name with Buffalo. You're probably going to have to pay a lot for him to poach him away, but, I mean, unless they feel comfortable with Lucas Patrick getting healthy and being the center next year, I think center's an area you got to focus on. So there's some names. Marcus Davenport's an edge rusher that's available in free agency. So, yeah, I think the trenches will be a focus in the offseason. David May, strong catcher downfield, fit scheme, can run block. Absolutely. Physical blocker, vertical weapon in the passing game. He's fast. I love this move. That sounded interesting. We good? Okay. Maybe it was so clean it sounded weird. All right, David, appreciate it. We'll get to the next super chat here in a second. Here we go. Official. Now time to draft Jalen Hyatt, bro. He is balling for Tennessee. Tennessee Volunteers. V-O-L-S. V-O-L-S. Go, Vols, go. Hey, Tennessee probably going to be ranked number 1 tonight. You can see me over there, too. I will be on our main Chat Sports channel tonight, which is live right now for the NFL trade deadline. I will be live over there tonight for the first college football rankings of this playoff rankings of the season. My TCU Horned Frogs 8-0. Can't wait to see where they're ranked tonight. Let's go. They're live over there for main trade deadline coverage. I'll be live over there tonight, so come join us. Jeremy Pinter, happy birthday, Harrison. Thanks, Jeremy. I'm new to these super chats, but yeah, I was just telling people they need either Moore or Claypool, and a minute later they got Claypool. Freaking awesome. I'm pumped. Thank you, Jeremy. You're a legend. We're drinking. Let's party. Aaron, love the show. Fields has 3 wide receivers, Mooney, Claypool, and Harry. Let's pump the brakes on N'Keal, but I like what I've seen. First round needs to be O-line. Personally think they need a guard. Yeah, I mean, left guard could be a spot. I think right tackle could be a spot. I'm not sold on Borum. You could go left tackle if you want to flip Braxton to right, but I kind of like what he's doing at left too. He needs to still get better, but yeah, the point is they're flexible. They have different options now. They can stick to their big board. Emmanuel, thank you for the $1, my friend. You are a real one. Jaden Ortiz, HG, the GOAT, happy B-Day. Thanks, my man. Love the trade. Also, I think we should re-sign N'Keal Harry. His upside is nice. Maybe we draft one wide receiver room turnaround. Yeah, I mean, if Harry shows progress the rest of the year, bring him back. Bring St. Brown back as like a number 4, number 5, and then maybe go draft a guy. And then Valus is your other guy in the wide receiver room. You hope he gets better. Yeah, all of a sudden it could look pretty good. Harrison Graham's beard, cheers. Some of y'all need to stop complaining if it already happened. It already happened, so be positive. When do you think we will see him in action? I think he'll play Sunday. I don't think he'll be full throttle, but I bet Claypool plays Sunday. Ryan Pohl's going to talk to the media today, so we will see what he does. Keem with a 5. Bowles is playing chess, not checkers. Finally, a GM committed to this franchise. Bear down. You're going to have cirrhosis before the deadline. It's been hectic. It's been hectic. At least it's drinking on my birthday feels normal, so that's a good thing. If you're just joining us, by the way, I know there's a lot going on here. The Bears have traded for Chase Claypool for a second-round pick. It's the Bears' own second-round pick, so they'll still have that pick from the Ravens for the Roquan trade, which became official today. Roquan passes physical. But I like it, man. I like it. All right, Sammy Slap's going to come shotgun a beer. Then I think we're going to talk about this trade a little bit further. So here he comes. Smaller studio we're in today. A lot of studios being taken with the trade deadline. Should I push this across so I just hit the space bar? Here comes Sammy Slaps. Trying to.
It's a great day to be alive.
It's always a great day to be alive, no doubt. Ooh, Tony Williams, speaking my language. Quentin Johnson draft Quentin Johnson, also TCU and Easy 9-0. Don't jinx it. Texas Tech at home this week, but yeah, man, I'm living the dream. Living the dream. My last 2 years in college, we went 23-3. This is easily our best year since then. All right. Type Sam in the chat. Get the Sams going. He's going to shotgun a beer. Let's time this. I'm going to time this.
Here. I think third straight day now that we've done a live show together.
Yeah, we're just
shotgun a beer live.
We're having fun. All right. Whenever you start, I'll start the timer. Type Sam in the chat. .455. .455. That's pretty good 40 time. It's an even better shotgun time. Little spillage, so maybe you chop off a halfie, about 5 seconds. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not a first-round pick, second-round pick. Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool. Let's ride. TCU has a cupcake schedule. Yeah, we beat 4 ranked teams in 4 consecutive weeks, but keep talking. Keep talking. Second team in Big 12 history to do that. Just throwing that out there. This is why you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the support. When the Bears make a move, we're going to have you covered with news, with the biggest rumors out there, trades, obviously. As Ryan Poles continues to put his fingerprints on this roster, we are going to have you covered. So hit that subscribe button. And coming up, let's break down the Chase Claypool trade in further detail. Make sure we get the sponsor in the first half of the video. We'll be good to go. All right, let's party. Chase Claypool to the Bears. We're going to talk about it here on Chicago Bears Now. Ryan Poles is back at it as he is traded for Steelers wide receiver Chase Claypool. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. The Bears have added the third-year receiver from the Steelers. He comes to Chicago, gives Justin Fields another weapon. Here are the trade details, very straightforward. Chase Claypool to the Bears. Second-round pick to the Steelers. It is the Bears' own second-round pick. There were some conflicting reports initially, but it is the Bears' own, so more likely that'll be the better pick that the Steelers are getting for Pittsburgh's sake. You were hoping it was the Ravens one, but it's not. But I still like this overall for Chicago. My initial reaction, you had to get a weapon for Justin Fields, and I'm glad they're not waiting until the offseason. You traded Roquan. You traded Quinn to get some extra capital. You flip a second, you still have a second to get Chase Claypool, a young player who still has another year on his rookie contract. You have time to evaluate him. I like this move quite a bit. You're not punting on the rest of the season either. Obviously, this isn't a team that's going to go win a Super Bowl, but I think this team's going to compete and continue to grow offensively. We've seen this team score 62 points in the last 2 games without good weapons on the outside of Darnell Mooney. Now you get Chase Claypool. Let's ride. We'll break this down further. Who won the trade? Type CHI for the Bears. Type PIT for the Steelers. Get your votes in down in the comments section. And let me know who won this trade, CHI for Chicago or PIT for Pittsburgh. More reaction here as you look at what Claypool has done in his career. We've talked about him a lot. His first 2 years, guys, I mean, he's basically averaging 60 catches, 865 yards, had the 9 touchdowns in year 1, only 2 last year. Numbers are a little bit down this year, but even Claypool has verbalized, like, we got to throw the ball downfield. We're not throwing the ball deep. Well, that's because Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky can't throw the ball downfield. You guys should know that with Mitch, and that's who he was playing with in Pittsburgh. Now he comes to play with Justin Fields, who is still a growing quarterback, not a finished product by any means, but one of the better deep ball throwers in the National Football League. 2 things Fields does really well already is scramble, utilize his legs as a whole, and throw the ball downfield. Fields does those 2 things very, very well. When you have that combo, you need the proper weapons to go with it. Mooney's a downfield threat. Now, Chase Claypool, 6'4", 238, ran a sub-4.4 at the NFL Combine. That is also a deep vertical threat. I am fired up about this trade. I love it. You still have your first-round pick. You still have a second-round pick. Ryan Poles has had a hell of a trade deadline, in my opinion. I think he has done an absolutely fantastic job. I'm a huge fan of Chase Claypool. I'm a huge fan of what Ryan Poles is doing. And, hey, you may want to start calling him Lord Poles pretty soon. And if you want to start calling yourself Lord, insert your name, there's a way to do so in a pretty cool way as well. That's with Established Titles. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get 10% off of your first order, and we'll tell you what you're ordering today. Here's what Established Titles does. They're a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. So basically, you're buying a small piece of property in Scotland. You become the owner of that property, and you get to add lord, laird, or lady to the front of your name. You can even add it on your credit card, on your plane tickets, your dating profiles. If this was 10 years ago and I wasn't married and had a kid on the way, Lord Harrison Graham on a dating profile, let's go. Are you kidding me? All the clicks. And a cool thing they do as well, Established Titles, for every purchase, they plant a new tree with every single order. They're helping to plant it out. You're getting to own Scottish property, and it's a fun gag gift as well with the holidays around the corner. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat. That's going to save you an extra 10% off on the perfect holiday gift. And one last note, my plot of land has already been purchased. I already got my certificate. You can get your plot of land very near mine. First 200 people that purchase using our code, establishedtitles.com/chat, we can start our Chicago Bears Now Scottish land just army here. And hey, let's take down the Packers army in Scotland. They don't got any property there because we know they're cheap and they're frauds. Establishedtitle.com/chat. That is establishedtitles.com/chat. Lord, insert your name, has a good ring to it. All right, more on Claypool here. I don't think it really matters in terms of the order. Mooney and Claypool, that's your 1-2 punch. Obviously, Mooney's been here. He's going to be that top guy for now, but Claypool's going to have a big role. Equanimity is St. Brown, N'Keal Harry. Harry outsnapped St. Brown last week. I think he's going to continue to get an increased role. I like what I see from him. And now all of a sudden, when Dante Pettis is like your 5th option, you feel better about that. He's done some good things. Here are the receiving leaders for this team this year, and this is without Claypool. Darnell Mooney, 25 catches, 364. St. Brown, 11 for 164. Cole Kmet, who's starting to play better. Pettis is like a rotation guy, is doing a decent job. You get Claypool into the mix now with Mooney as that 1-2 punch, you're feeling a lot better. Now, I still think you need to go out and get another receiver in the offseason, probably in the draft. Hopefully, Velus Jones can come along and be an impactful guy, at least as a gadget player. But I think we feel a lot better about where this receiving group is going compared to where it was just yesterday, right? It was like, well, it's Mooney and a bunch of, and not bums, but not very good players. Now when it's like it's Mooney, Claypool, and then it's like, okay, I mean, N'Keal Harry as your 3 could be intriguing. St. Brown as your 4 could be intriguing. This feels a lot better right now, and I think it's going to be even better come next year. Does Claypool fix the Bears wide receiver issues? Y for yes, type in for no. Again, I don't think this is a finished product, but it does help. Maybe type H for help, Y for yes, N for no, H for help. Let me know down in the comments section. I know this, that we're always breaking down the latest Bears news, rumors. When big trades happen, we go live and we celebrate together, or we vent together depending on which side of the trade we're on. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 55,000 subs as soon as possible here on Chicago Bears Now. So help us out. We'll hit you with the video every single day, sometimes multiple videos per day, because that's how we roll. The other trades that have happened for the Bears before the trade deadline, Ryan Poles has been busy. Roquan Smith to Baltimore, that trade became official today as he passed his physical. Bears got back a 2nd and a 5th in A.J. Klein. They traded their own 2nd in the Claypool trade, so now they'll have that Baltimore 2nd. Of course, Robert Quinn last week, he went to Philadelphia for a 4th-round pick as well. If we want to flash that graphic over too. Quinn made his Eagles debut last week, but Bears have been very active. I mean, let's be honest. This has been a very, very active GM in Ryan Poles. He traded Khalil Mack as one of the first moves he made taking this job, so he's not scared. And I think just some overall thoughts here, right? These moves suggest a couple things. One, they believe in Justin Fields and where he's going. You don't trade Khalil Mack in the offseason, Roquan Smith especially, even Robert Quinn, and then go trade an asset for Chase Claypool unless you believe in the quarterback. They believe in Justin Fields because he has improved quite a bit over the past month, and he's only going to get better, they believe. I believe it too. That's number one. And number two, I think it's just an overall philosophical shift. You need more on offense. Now, obviously, they're going to have to rebuild this defense a little bit, especially in the trenches, but you got to get into the 21st century, man. You got to score points. We've seen the flashes the past 2 weeks, 33 and 29 points with limited talent. Imagine what it could be with more. Luke Getsy's finding a groove. Justin Fields is finding his way. You get Claypool now. We'll see what we do in the offseason. I like where this is heading, man. I like where this is heading. And by the way, the Bears still have over $100 million in cap space and 8 draft picks to work with. They've got the arsenal to make big moves over the next 6 months. All right, grade the Bears trade deadline moves as a whole. A, B, C, D, or F. I got to go B+. I mean, you can't judge this stuff completely until a year or two down the road to see how it plays out, but I'll go B+. I am a fan of what they have done so far. Let me know how you guys feel. A, B, C, D, or F on the trade deadline moves. One more time for Chase Claypool. The Bears sent a second-round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is their own second, but they still will get the Baltimore Ravens second, so that's okay. We would have preferred it to be Baltimore's, but it's all good at the end of the day. And by the way, I do expect Chase Claypool to play on Sunday. All right, subscribe to the channel. If more moves come, we will, of course, have you covered here on Chicago Bears Now. So subscribe, join us. Daily videos, 100% free. We don't charge you anything, and we have fun doing it. YouTube.com/BearsNow. Get some shout-outs here, A, B, C, D, or F, and then I'm sure we have some super chats to catch up on. Rodney Jackson, B+. Welp says B-. Help Justin Fields says A. Hang on one second. What is going on with Tyreek Hill on Twitter?
He was just tweeting about the Bradley Chubb trade, I think.
Okay.
I assume so.
Lucas Prang says A-. Burrito says A. Joseph says B-. JR says B. Sharp Patel says A-. Lucas says Prang says A-. Any more trades come in, Sam, during that cut?
No other trades.
So Bradley Chubb was the last one?
Bradley Chubb is the last one
All
right now.
Killen DeVillen says A. Let's keep this party going. I'm down to hang out for a while. You guys want to hang out? You want to party? Type Y for yes, type in for no. If you do, let's get the super chats flowing as well. We'll catch up on some moves as they come in. I think we'll at least stay live through the trade deadline. I think we got to at least do that. We'll continue to answer some questions. Alex with the 20, so that's a shot of fireball. Aaron Rodgers sucks. Love this move by the Bears. Time to get to know Harrison. What's your favorite Bear? What does Mrs. Graham do for a living? So my wife is a middle school theater teacher. Support your teachers, guys, especially those of you with kids. They're paving the way for our future. So that's what she does. If you don't know, she is also pregnant. We're having a kid in April, so cheers. My favorite all-time Bear is Devin Hester. My favorite current Bear, I'm just riding the bandwagon. It's Justin Fields, baby. Let's go, the playmaker.
I respect the fact that you answered that as your favorite Bear. I don't know if you meant your favorite beer.
Oh, did he say beer?
It says beer, but it's capitalized, so I understand how you could read it either way.
Well, I've had a few beers, so. I'm not a huge. I need to dive deeper into the what's the word? Like
like local beers?
Yeah, like the not local, but there's a word for
breweries.
It. Like brewery type of beers. But my favorite beer that everyone would know, couple of them. Big Blue Moon guy. I like Dos Equis. My favorite cheap beer is Coors Light. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Coors is better than Miller and Bud. That's just a fact. And then I'm in the seltzer game too. Say what you want. I like the seltzers. They're easy to drink. So, there you go. I need to get in the Chicago beer game. Send me some beer. I'll drink them. I'll drink them on the show. If you send me some beer, I'll drink them on the show. How about that? Lucas, do we know what time Poll speaks to the media? Probably 3:30. I mean, deadline passes at 3, so somewhere in there, I would guess. I don't know if they said an actual time, but he will speak today. I'm going to keep an eye on it on Twitter. We'll probably still be live when that happens, but I don't think we'll carry the press conference or anything like that. But, I mean, if you guys logistically can, I wouldn't be opposed. If I see a time, we'll see. So stay tuned on that. But he will speak today on that front. Excuse me. Justin, it was actually the Ravens pick. It was not. Unless there's been a final report saying it was. The initial report was that it was the Ravens pick. But that is not Rappaport and Schefter both dismissed that report and said it's the Bears' own pick. So there you go. But I'm still good with it. Appreciate the supers. The name is Maverick. What's up? Happy B-Day. Thank you, guys. Thought it was expensive for a second round at this point. Helping the Bears offense is always good. Look, he went in the second round. He's had 2 900-ish yard seasons. I think it's proper value. I don't think he's worth the first, but I think a second is about what he's worth. So
Drink.
$5. Timothy Smith.
Drink again.
Now I'm imagining a receiving core of Mooney, Claypool, N'Keal Harry, St. Brown, and Quentin Johnston. Ooh, give me Quentin Johnston. You guys have no idea how much I will be partying if the Bears get Quentin Johnston. I will order a jersey immediately. I will be rocking that jersey. The guy is a beast. Go watch him. Number 1 for TCU, 6'4", 215, yards after the catch. He's the full package, man. Full package. Sam knows all about Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, he absolutely tore up OU
2 years in a row.
About a month and a half
Even
ago.
last year when y'all drilled us, he had 185 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He is good at the football.
He's good at this sport. He's all right. Welke, what would it take to get Mike Gesicki? What, third-round pick maybe, Sam? I don't know. I don't think Miami's trading him, though. He's their red zone guy. I mean, they got 2 undersized guys in Hill and Waddle. He can be their kind of red zone target. We'll see him on Sunday if he doesn't get traded. So we'll see. We shall see. From Keem, we're $15 away from 700. I'll tell you what. I usually don't do this.
Oh, shit.
Did the Bears just make a trade?
No.
Oh, shit. What happened?
But it's a crazy trade.
What?
The Jaguars are trading for Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley.
Ridley to the Jags?
That is the most random trade ever.
Who has that?
Mia O'Brien.
Is that a legit report?
Yes. Yeah, certified and everything.
Calvin Ridley?
1010 XL 92.5 FM in
Jeff
Jacksonville.
Wilson to the Dolphins, too.
Jeff Wilson to the Dolphins. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Chase is going to be happy. We got a trade. I can hear them yelling outside.
I can hear our Dolphins host, Jeff Wilson to the Dolphins. Ridley to Jacksonville? Holy shit. That's crazy.
That's just a funky trade.
Wow.
Here, real quick, shout out your city. I just want to try and find maybe a little bit more into that. So, Dolphins, I don't know that they'd trade for Gesicki now. Or trade Gesicki away now, going back to that old super chat.
I don't think so.
They are wheeling and dealing.
They're wheeling and dealing. Wow. Shout out your city. Martin and Nottingham. Burrito and Valparaiso. Yeah,
Again,
Hawkinson to the Vikings. We should have mentioned that too. NFC North trade from earlier. Noah and Tacoma. What's up? What were you saying?
I was just saying, again, craziest NFL trade deadline in a while.
Oh, man. I mean, by far. Like, the NFL trade deadline used to be like nothing. It was like a fake it's like a fake event.
I can't remember, just first-round picks being tossed around on trade deadline week.
Dan in Fort Worth. Go Frogs, baby. Big game Saturday. I don't know if you're a TCU fan. Chicago, baby, from Iowa's drop. Shane in Iowa. I wanted Ridley and Claypool. I'll be honest. I kind of wanted the Bears to go pursue Ridley in the offseason. I'll be curious to see what the compensation is. Wow.
Yeah, not official. No compensation.
I want to see Schefter and Rapp jump on this.
Dov put it out.
Mia O'Brien's breaking this news. Mia O'Brien, 17,000 Twitter followers.
Compensation still being
Jags,
finalized.
Wow, that is crazy. A few more shout-outs. Marcus in Chicago. Walla Walla, Washington. We got Jefferson. Dave Shalat, Morristown, Tennessee. Seattle, hometown, Chicago. Go Bears. What's up, Joseph? All right, Elijah. What number do you think Claypool will wear? It's a good question. What was he wearing, 11? Oh, yeah, he's wearing an 11 in Pittsburgh. So what did he wear at Notre Dame? Let me see.
I think he wore 11 there, too.
I'm checking here. 83 at Notre Dame.
83.
83 at Notre Dame, Bears roster. I think Daz Newsome used to wear 83. Let's see if there's a current 83. I don't think there is. 83 is open, so maybe he'll go back to his college number, 83.
Maybe I'm crazy, and this number is probably taken. I think 2 would be a good – that's Cairo Santos.
Yeah, Cairo.
You're not taking it away from the kicker. Come on now.
Notable numbers open, single digits. 3, 5, and 7 are all open. 10 is open. 13, 14, 17, and then when you get to like the 80s, those are popular receiver numbers. 80, 83, 86, 87, and 89 are all open. So maybe one of those numbers I just mentioned. 83 would be cool. Go back to the college days where he was a beast at Notre Dame. And Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet, college teammates. We should mention that.
Oh, yeah.
They're both third-year players.
Oh, yeah.
College
that's crazy.
teammates. So they reunite.
Calvin Ridley details from Ian Rappaport. In exchange for, and I quote, this is verbatim, complex draft compensation that can be worth at maximum a 2023 fifth rounder and 2024 second rounder.
That's a steal. I know
for Calvin Ridley, yeah.
He's going to have missed 2 years, but if he's right, he's a number one. A fifth and a second? Wow. He must have just not had a market, man. People must have not wanted to mess with that.
This trade deadline is wacky.
Holy.
I get that there was plenty of off-season stuff that happened around him. Granted, mental health stuff, all with side, never judging any of that, obviously, completely understanding.
That's separate from
But then you tack on his gambling suspension, which, by the way, kind of is, I get it, but gambling is fun. And I don't know. That I agree with you, Harrison. That just feels like not enough.
Now, to be fair, let's say he is back week 1 next year. That's almost 2 years between playing. But he was like a fringe top 5 receiver when he got suspended or when he took a leave of absence. Wow. That is wild to me. I'm surprised that's a midseason trade, too. That seems like
what is he going to do for him now?
Yeah, he can't practice.
Jeff Wilson, 2023 fifth round pick.
Yeah. 5th round for Wilson. So we'll see if we see Jeff Wilson on Sunday.
So
probably will.
Here's another Rappaport details.
Some more on Ridley.
There are conditions attached to this trade for Calvin Ridley. By the way, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to subscribe.
Yep.
If he gets reinstated by a certain date, which he hasn't noted, it's worth a 2023 fifth. Otherwise, it's for a sixth. If he makes the team in 2024, it's at least a fourth.
So 2 years from now, if he makes the team?
If he hits a playtime milestone, it's a third. If Jacksonville gets a long-term deal done with him, it's a second. So basically, it's 2 picks.
So the Jags are basically getting a free swing because if he is legit again, it's a steal, even if it's max.
Yeah, like completely different qualifications for both picks and conditions.
I don't think we've ever seen a trade like that. That's crazy. Sub to Bears now because we're hitting Bears trade deadline stuff, overall NFL trade deadline. We're keeping it real. Wow. Ridley to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, maybe a future weapon for him. And by the way, the Jags spent a lot of money on receivers in the offseason. They're already like, we need Calvin Ridley. So just pointing that out there.
The Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley duo?
Yeah. Shout out Justin Fields for outplaying Trevor Lawrence this year, at least the last month, with way less invested in him coming into this season. For the Bears today, it's Chase Claypool for a second-round pick. Ridley is a one all day. Yeah, when he's healthy, he is. I was interested in Ridley. Like, when we did off-season videos coming up this off-season, I was going to hit him a lot. So that's off the board now.
I think Bears fans might still have PTSD about Riley.
Yeah, well, Riley ain't Calvin. I'll tell you that. Riley ain't Craven. Does Claypool fix the Bears' wide receiver issues? Y for yes, in for no. Let me know in the comments. Does he fix the wide receiver issues? And then we'll take some questions. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat if you want to load those up. If you Super Chat, we'll prioritize those. We're $13 away from $700. I'll get some shout-outs here. Joseph, yes. OB, yes. Jedi, no. Dragon King, no. Diego, no. G Radio says H. Manny says no.
By the way,
Peyton says no.
Shout out to Dolph Kleiman. I hate the guy generally, but shout out to him for replying to Rappaport's tweet with the report. Is this trade sponsored by FanDuel? Because Calvin Ridley gambles illegally.
Holy smokes. Holy. Marcus says yes. Angel says yes. Devin says yes. For now it does. Yeah, I think it stabilizes it for now. All right, we'll take some questions. Sam, I think we treat this like a cut, and if a trade comes in that fixes it, we'll just do a new one anyway. We're going to answer some questions here. We'll do established titles for this also. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. to get your questions on the show. If you super chat, you get your question answered first. If you use hashtag Bears, we'll get them in. Try to not ask about potential trades before the deadline, with the deadline in an hour. You can ask about the offseason, Claypool reaction, whatever. I mean, you can, of course, ask trade questions, and, we'll pause Sam and all that stuff. But hashtag Bears, super chat. We'll take some questions here. I think it makes sense to stay alive until the deadline, which is 55 minutes away. So we'll hang out here on Chicago Bears Now. And if you guys want to super chat, we'll party too. So, and I said if we get to $1,000 total in supers, we're 312 away, I will do a beer boot. I've only done 2 of them. This will be my 3rd. If we get to 1,000 total, I will do a beer boot here on my birthday. All right, mailbag time, hashtag Bears or super chat. Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. Make sure to use hashtag Bears or Super Chat, as we're going to answer all of your questions on today's mailbag. It is hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions in. From Clay, what's Claypool's ceiling with our offense? So Chicago trading for Chase Claypool, obviously. I think his ceiling is to be a number 1. I think a more realistic is like another good number 2 along with Mooney. So you've got 2 really good number 2s. Vertical threat, red zone, high point the football, good hands, fast. He can get yards after the catch despite his size because he's got good speed and agility. I think he can be a big-time vertical threat. They were not throwing the ball downfield in Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky. Justin Fields, we know he's going to throw the ball downfield, so I think he's a really good fit with this offense. Jossup, David Montgomery for a 5th-round pick. Whether it's at the deadline or maybe an off-season tag and trade for a 5th could be an option. I don't think I would do that. I'd rather keep Monty, keep this 1-2 punch with Khalil Herbert going, as this team has been able to run the football really effectively, and continue to let this offense build for the rest of this year. If Monty's not back next year, so be it. But I don't think I would just trade him away for a 5th, because if you trade him, Treston Ebner is going to have to start getting real carries, like carries that matter. And if you're okay with that, fine, but I don't think he's there yet. Monty and Herbert are clearly better than where Treston Ebner is right now as a NFL running back. Honey Badger 2015, do we draft another receiver immediately with our first pick next year just to make sure our receiving core is set? I don't think necessarily. Possibly, absolutely. I think round 1 could be a receiver, but with Mooney and Claypool going into the offseason with that 1-2 punch, that gives you flexibility. Now, no one else on this list other than Velus Jones is under contract. St. Brown, Harry, Pettis, Pringle, they're all on 1-year deals with the final year of their current contracts. If N'Keal Harry keeps progressing, I would be open to bringing him back. St. Brown, I'm open to bringing him back as like a depth guy, but you will need another guy at some point. But it does not have to be a first-round pick. It could be a free agent. It could be a second- or third-round pick. Getting Chase Claypool gives you the flexibility to follow your big board in the first round. Grade the Bears wide receiver room at this exact moment. It was like a D before Claypool. B-. I think you got 2 pretty good players. The rest of it is like, you need work. I'm intrigued by N'Keal Harry. C+, B-. It's at least average now with Claypool and Mooney. You still need more, though. I'll go C+. I like where it is now, but certainly a lot of room to grow there. Jacob Ford, what do you think his stats will look like for the remainder of the season? Talking about Claypool. I mean, you got 9 games left. This first game could be a wash. We don't know how much he'll play against the Dolphins on Sunday, but let's say he plays at least some. Like, if he gave me, in 9 games, 500 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns the rest of the way, that'd be pretty cool, right? I mean, that would put him at about 700 to 800 yards for the season and 5 to 6 touchdowns. For the rest of this year, I think that'd be pretty good. Jarrett Page would love to see a trade for a defensive lineman. Look, I don't think they're going to trade for one, but a name I'm keeping an eye on heading into the offseason is Daron Payne with the Washington Commanders. He wrecked Chicago a couple weeks ago. They need defensive line help like oxygen. That's clear. They're going to have to get better up front there. So a lot of that free agency money, I expect some of it to go to defensive linemen. I like Justin Jones, but you need a better player next to him at that other defensive tackle spot. Edge rushers is going to be an area to focus on. I like Dom Robb and Travis Gibson. Muhammad's just okay. You're going to have to get better there as well. And obviously linebacker now too. Matthew Vodum, what about where are we? Where about are we with this trade now for cap space? Chase Claypool's cap hit as a second-round pick is only going to be a couple million, so you're still going to have 120-ish million. It doesn't make a big difference adding Claypool in terms of cap. My producer Sam is looking at the cap implications, but it shouldn't be more than a couple million for next year. Even if it's $5 million, you're still going to be looking at about 118, 120 million. So don't think it'll be a big difference overall on that front. All right, today's show is established by Established Titles. How about that? Hey, Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the woodlands of Scotland. Different sponsor we've ever worked with before, but I actually really like what they do because they're very planet-friendly, and it's a fun sponsor as well. Let me tell you guys a little bit about them. You can buy a plot of land in Edelston, Scotland, a private estate. You can get at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number. That'll also give you an official certificate with a crest, as Established Title is a project based on historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. I've got my own plot of land. You see the certificate? I am now Lord Graham to all of you, okay? Every time someone purchases a plot of land, by the way, through Established Titles, when you go to establishedtitles.com/chat, they plant a tree with every order. They're helping preserve that area in Scotland. It's very eco-friendly. I'm a big fan of that as well. You can officially include the title of Lord or Lady or Laird with your credit card, plane tickets, dating sites. Hell, I might put it on my Twitter account. It might be Lord Harrison Graham from now on. And it makes for a great last-minute gift during the holidays here. Great gag present. It's a lot of fun here. You get your certificate. It's a great deal. And what's fun, too, the first 200 people here at Bears Now purchasing a title pack using my link, which is establishedtitles.com/chat, will get to be within a few minutes, a.k.a. walking distance, of my plot of land. We can kind of carve out a section of Scottish land with Bears Now subscribers and say, hey, this is our Bears Now plot of land in Scotland. Hell, who knows? Maybe we can visit our plot of land someday. That would be fun. Establishedtitles.com/chat. I am now proud owner of property in Scotland. You can be too. Lord Harrison Graham. Lord John Darman, who is up next on our mailbag. Establishedtitles.com/chat. All right, Lord John, I know you're getting your plot of land. Will they extend Claypool with the investment they have in him now? I think they're going to at least see how this plays out. And he's not eligible for an extension until after this year, as is Darnell Mooney. You got to get through your first 3 years. But if they both play well the rest of this year, extending Claypool and Mooney could very much be in the works as they enter the final year of their rookie contracts. Brian Scotch, do we have a better receiving core than the Packers? Yes. Mooney and Claypool are better than anyone the Packers have. Now, I like Romeo Doubs. I think he's an intriguing player, but Sammy Watkins is Sammy Washkins because he can't stay healthy. Christian Watson, he's fast, but he can't catch. Randall Cobb is washed. Yes, Bears have, and they're young. They're young, too. I love it. Tony Williams, Monty went to Rams. I don't think that has happened. David Montgomery has not been traded, so appreciate the super chat, but that has not been the case. Hashtag Bears or super chat to get your questions in. Will Poles keep Eddie Jackson? I think he's a guy I would keep because I think he can be an impactful guy next year and potentially beyond. 4 picks in 8 games this year. He's playing really, really well. Eberflus just named him a captain. Doesn't mean anything. They've traded Quinn and Roquan, who are both captains. But Eddie Jackson is a guy I would like to keep. I think he's a guy the Bears would like to keep. So, yeah, I think he's going to be here through this year and possibly beyond as well. I like Eddie Jackson. I think he's a player worth keeping. I think him bouncing back this year has been a great story. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. With the addition of Claypool and subtraction of Roquan, how does this affect the rest of the season? I think the offense is going to continue to get better. The last 2 weeks, they've put up 62 points, so I think they're going to keep scoring. The defense is certainly going to take a hit, but they just got run over in Dallas with Roquan. So, it's going to make for more entertaining football, honestly. I think it's going to be less of these dud games that we've seen over the years with the Bears. Defense keeping them in it, but the offense not being able to score. I think you could make a strong argument at this exact moment the Bears' offense is better than the defense, which is crazy to say. The defense before this past week was playing really well, but struggled against Dallas and probably going to struggle the rest of the way at times. Do you believe in Justin Fields? Because none of this matters if you don't. So I hope you're typing your Y for yes. Y for yes, N for no. It's still a process, but we've seen promising signs. Get your votes in. Type Y for yes, or you can type your N for no. Peloton, draft Julian Fleming or Jordan Addison? Sure. I like both. Addison I like more. I'm curious to see what happens with Jackson Smith and Jigba, Julian Fleming's teammate. Yeah, he is. Him and Smith and Jigba were same draft class. Fleming could go back, though. This is kind of the first year he's been a factor. I don't think he's a first-round guy right now, so he might stay in college. We'll see. Anthony Harrison, what is more important now, first wide receiver or O-line to make this team better? I'd go for center. Yeah, center. Mitch Morse, free agent. Good with the Chiefs. Been better with the Bills the last few years. He's a guy I'd look at. I'd like to see Lucas Patrick get back, see how he plays. He is under contract next year. But if he's not the guy, you got to get a center. I think right tackle is an area. Left guard maybe if Cody Whitehair is a cut candidate. So we'll see. I think O-line is definitely still a focus for this team. Will Claypool be a 1 or 2? I think for now Mooney is your 1, but I think it's going to be a 1-2 punch. These will be your 2 clear top guys with everybody else sprinkled in. So ideally, my hope is that they're the top 2 and N'Keal Harry becomes that number 3 guy. And if he does, bring him back. I'd be down for that. Austin Imlaw, do you still think, speaking of the devil, N'Keal Harry could develop into what the Pats wanted him to be? Also, happy birthday. Thank you. If you're watching live on Tuesday, it is my birthday. I mean, I've liked what we've seen. I think he's had 3 targets and he's caught all 3. Nice touchdown where he just sealed the corner, fields through a dart to him. He's big. He's physical. He's a good blocker in the run game. I think he could still be that guy. I don't think he's ever going to be that first-round talent, but a number 3, I don't think that's crazy. I think he could be a number 3 still. I think that could happen. Hit that sub button here on Chicago Bears Now. Videos coming your way all season long. Be sure to turn on those notifications because it's been hectic leading up. It was hectic leading up to the trade deadline. It's going to be hectic after. This offseason is going to be crazy with all the cap space and draft picks. I can't wait for it. I'm going to be here for all of it, informing all of you. So subscribe and hit that notification bell. Davey Streb, any legit O-line pieces out there? Like currently or for 2023? I mean, currently it's like Eric Fisher and, I mean, I don't even know who else is out there at this point. It's pretty thin pickings, honestly. Next year you got Elton Jenkins, Orlando Brown, Mitch Morse. Those are a few guys we've talked about. We'll certainly look at some more. We'll see what the draft looks like. Apparently it's kind of a thin offensive line draft, so maybe you get a receiver in the draft, lineman in free agency, and then more defensive line in free agency and in the draft as well. James Snead, a second-rounder is worth keeping him away from Green Bay. Good call. If for those thinking they overpaid for Claypool, A, I don't think they did. And B, if the Packers got him for a second, what would we be saying? Oh, no, we have to face Chase Claypool for the next 10 years probably. So, I think this is a huge win for the Bears. I love it. Young King, any good linebackers we could target now or in free agency or in the draft? There will be some guys. We'll certainly take a look at some Roquan Smith replacements at some point. Obviously, not one guy is going to replace what he did for this team. But, yeah, I mean, linebackers obviously a position they've got to focus on. I think they'll just patchwork it to the rest of the season, but it's going to be a position moving forward that they're going to have to add a couple of players. There's no doubt about it. So we will have to wait and see. All right, Avery Brown. How long does the Bears have Claypool? So he's under contract through next year. So him and Darnell Mooney, drafted in the same class. Cole Kmet, throw him in there too. They will all be entering their last years in 2023, and we'll see which ones the Bears keep around. I would imagine the Bears making this trade for Claypool, they have plans of keeping him around. So I expect it to play out that way. Catherine Sapp, how much do you think Fields will get better with the Claypool trade? Can only help, right? You put good players around your quarterback, he should play better. I mean, I just think that's how it goes. So, obviously, it's going to take time to build that chemistry between these two, but I think that you should be excited about this. You should be very, very excited. Michael, and then we'll get to that super in a little bit. What's up with Whitehair? He's on injured reserve. He's going to miss at least a couple more weeks. So I think he has to sit out at least 2 more games. I think he's missed 2 games on IR. You got to miss at least 4. So, that's what's up with him right now. Kylon, is the Monty trade accurate? Okay, is there a fake report of a Montgomery trade? Fake report of a Montgomery trade. I haven't seen a legit report. So that's where we're at. Until we see a legit report, we're not commenting on the Montgomery trade. None of the big guys have said anything. Monster Khan, should the Bears go out and grab T. Higgins in free agency? Why does everybody, and I'm going to triple check this, why does everybody think T. Higgins is a free agent next year? He is not a free agent. He is under contract through 2023. I don't know if someone out there reported that he's going to be a free agent next year, but I keep getting like DMs about this. He is under contract through next year. He is a third-year player, just like Chase Claypool, just like Mooney, same draft. He's under contract through next year. 2024 free agency, sure, but he is under contract through next year with the Bengals. So I don't know where the confusion is there, but he is not a free agent. Bandit, do the Bears basically trade Roquan Smith for a third, a linebacker, and Chase Claypool? Basically, they traded Roquan Smith for Chase Claypool, a 5th, and A.J. Klein. That's basically what they did. This is what the Roquan trade, 2nd, 5th, and Klein. Bears then traded their own 2nd for Chase Claypool. So you keep the Ravens 2nd, you keep the 5th, A.J. Klein, you get Chase Claypool. That's kind of how it goes. That's the math there. Chase Claypool and a 5th for Roquan. That's basically the swap. The Bears will win blank games this year. What do you guys think? Fill in the blank for me. The Bears will win blank games this year. 3-5, 9 games to go. Let me know how many games will the Bears win this season. Already at 3. Peloton says 5, so only 2 more the rest of the way. Jared says 5. We just got a super chat. We're $4 away from 700. The name is Maverick says 7. Arazu says 7. Braxton says 7. 6-7 from Big Direwolf. Tim says 7. Arlo says 6. Byron says 11. Kit Stanford 9. Edwin says 7. Davey 7. Jamie 6. Ryan 6. Sam to the bathroom. All right, hey, we're playing the game. While Sam's in the bathroom, every $10 we get total is a shot. We got producer Coop in here filling in. While Sam is in the bathroom, every $10 we get, he's got to take a shot. He doesn't know we're doing this. Let's go. Every $10, he's got to take a shot. Let's make Sammy drink. Coop will match it. Coop will match it, he says. At least for a couple shots. So, a couple more shout-outs if you guys want to make Sammy drink. $10.
Since I just got here, how's everyone feeling?
I think they're pretty excited, man. How about that Ridley trade?
Crazy.
That is wild.
Wild.
There's a 10.
Let's go.
There's a 10.
Let's go.
And
Avoided clips.
It's only 10 total, so if 10 people send in $1, that's a shot too. That's how it works.
So did you see in the Ridley deal, he bet on the Falcons to beat the Jags last year. And now he's getting traded to the Jags.
That is fucking hilarious. Wow. All right, we'll catch up on these supers. Jason says Pat McAfee seems to think it was the Ravens 2nd. Well, that was the initial report, but I don't think that's where we're at right now. So appreciate the 2. Here's 10, so that's $12 total here with Void. Did Monty get traded? Okay, that's a fake trade. There's a fake trade report out there on David Montgomery. I've not seen a real trade. It's a fake Daniel Greenberg account. Don't get got, people. Don't get got. I've been got before, believe me. Sealand, shots, everybody. So we're at $22. That's 2 shots. 2 shots. Sam still isn't back.
Is that another one from Sealand?
Sealand. There he goes. Yeah, it's another one. He says, keep drinking. Keep drinking, Sealand says. That's 3. $32 total. Sealand might be crazy enough to drop one of his patented Hundies. That would be 10 more shots. Coop says no chance he does.
You won't do it, Sealand. You won't.
Ryan Pace. What's up, old GM? Go Falcons.
Fun fact, me and Ryan Pace went to the same high school.
That's true. Producer Coop, we found this out a couple months ago. Producer Coop went to the same high school as Ryan Pace. That is fucking wild. Pace, Bears fans should be worried. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, you know why we're not worried? Because you're not in charge. That's why. That gets us to $37, though. $3 away from another shot for Sammy. 3 shots away. I also told the people if we get to $1,000, that's a beer boot for me. All right, Sam is back, but until he's mic'd up, it's still in play. If we get 3 more bucks, that'll be a bonus shot. He's still putting on his mic, so you got a few moments here. $3 away from a 4th shot. He's hooking it up. I don't think it's going to happen, so it's going to be 3 shots for Sammy.
I'll take one.
He's back.
I'll say that.
Coop will take 1, so here. You get the big.
one?
I'll take 1 too. So 3 for Sammy. I'll pour me and you, Coop. Come over here, Coop. What's up, Sam?
I'm just gonna say that the shotgun just went straight through me.
Do the people know that it's your birthday today?
Some of them do, yeah.
Some of them do know, but in case you don't know,
It
in case
is
you're
my
joining,
birthday.
It is Harrison Graham's birthday today. Everyone type HBD. Let's go. Happy birthday.
All right.
Cheers.
So I'll tell you what, too,
Oh,
because
the 5s are flying in
Let's
now.
go.
I think that's 4 now for
I'll
Sammy.
do 4. I'll do 4.
Here,
All right.
so me and Coop are taking 1. Cheers.
Cheers, bud.
Appreciate you guys.
Type your HBDs for Harrison. Oh, woo!
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit of an overpour. You okay?
It's a double shot.
Double, huh? Not by my book. Sealand! That's got to be at least 5. Well, it is.
Let's go. Pour
It's
bucks.
late.
It is
Pour
5, but it's
up.
also $100. That's a
I know. I'll take some too. That's a beer bong for
That's
me.
a little merbonga.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Sealand
I challenged
is a legend.
I
Sealand is a legend. Let's go.
I challenged him, and he stepped up.
He did. Coop
I
challenged him.
challenged him.
Coop said, you won't.
And he did.
And he did. Let's go. $150 away from 1,000. Let's ride.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Happy
This is
birthday,
my
Harrison.
boss,
What is
Brett.
that?
He's a legend.
What do you need help with? Do you need help with something here?
I'm just
Sealand
waiting to-
making it
Oh,
on you with your birthday?
no, I'm actually good. Trace did one earlier. I've only done one of these, so I'm hey, Coop, get out of the way.
What are we doing?
Coop is apparently drunker than me, and I'm not even drunk. I'm actually good. I never got started on a Chiefs, but you know, if they're oh no, drink, I'm good. It's all good, Coop. Thanks for taking the shots. Coop's not agile. It's all good. Coop. All right, Sam, take some shots.
This is a strong double.
Okay. And then a couple more. I'm going to take here.
That was a big sip.
Since Sealand intended it to be for the shots, I'm going to take 2 shots plus the beer bong.
Is it?
I think that's fair.
Hold on, I still got 2 more.
Still got 2 more. Okay. Jaxo.
That's 1.
By the way, we're $144 away from 1,000. I promised a beer boot.
I think we can make that happen.
By the way,
Harrison.
thanks for all the happy birthday wishes. Sam can go give some shout-outs again in a minute.
Yeah, once I
Cheers to
do
Sam.
shot number 4.
Yeah, catching up. I'm going to take 2. Cheers.
Whew.
Cheers to all of you.
Oh,
Getting another beer bong poured for my guy Sealand. Sealand, you might be pushing 40 on the Super Chat Club. You are an absolute goat.
let's go ahead and keep getting some shout outs here for HBD. Let's see who's wishing Harrison a happy birthday. Hey, he's live on his birthday on trade deadline day
I wouldn't
for the Bears fans.
wouldn't have it any other way.
By the way, small trade that happened during our Q&A cut, but Broncos traded for Jets defensive end Jacob Martin for a
Okay.
5th-round pick, I believe it was.
Too boring for this year's deadline.
Yep,
Too
exactly.
boring.
That's a minor trade.
That's irrelevant. That is irrelevant.
Meanwhile, by the way, because everyone was asking about David Montgomery and all those fake accounts that or fake reports that they saw, I've got David Montgomery's search pulled up on Twitter. So
it's the fake Daniel Greenberg account.
It's
by
the
the
fake
way.
Daniel
He's a
Greenberg.
Chicago guy.
There's a couple fake Schefter, fake Ari Meroff tweets out there, but I've got David Montgomery search pulled up on my Twitter right now. So if it happens, we'll have it pulled up right here, ready to go.
All right.
All right, let's get some shout-outs. HBD. Harrison, get some shout-outs.
I'll
Who's
get some
wishing you happy
shout-outs.
birthday?
Appreciate all the support, guys. Catherine, P. Allen, Paleo, you're a legend. Tony, Angel, Colby. We got Salvador, B First. We got Sir Fly, Roel, Charles, Juan. We got Nicholas, S. Hooch, Garrison. Garrison Haram says, I'm ducking Frunk, guys. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Had a nice lunch before this. Happy birthday, Harrison. All the best. Thank you, Jossip. Lucas says happy birthday. Thank you, Julian. Jaxo. Peloton. Hilo. How about this? You guys want to guess my age? I don't think I've said it yet. Guess my age. We'll hit some supers, and then we'll throw the question up. Yeah, I know. Ridley. That's wild, Jaxo. Thanks for the 2. The Boss. Happy birthday, Harrison. How old are you? Well, you guys guess. Let me see. You guys are putting it out there. At least one of you has guessed it. I will say that. It's been multiple. I'll give you guys a minute.
30 minutes until the trade deadline, by the way.
Yeah, 30 minutes till the deadline. I'll give you a minute, and then we'll get some shout-outs here. We got Ancient saying 34, Graham 31, Alex 29, High Loads 29, Tyler 28, Killen 28, Ancient 34, Rockin 29, Juan 39. Man, 39. Do I look that old? Surfly 37, Floyd 28. Ooh, 67 from my red pillow. If I'm 67, I'm feeling pretty good. Parker 28, Kit 38, Julian 35, Chi-Town 34. 20 seconds here. Garrison says 33. Kyle says 89. Peloton 29. Freebird 30. Legoat 33. Dennis says 29 or 31. Are you saying that because if it was 30, it would be more obvious because it's kind of a big birthday? Maybe. Not a day under 75. Wow. I'm offended.
That's a good guess.
I'm offended. It is a number. I am 29. Weird number. Weird age. Is there a worse birthday just in terms of like relevancy than 29?
I honestly think that anything between once you get out of college and 30
is kind of irrelevant.
Those birthdays,
25,
none of those really
you
mean
can rent a
shit to
car.
anybody.
That's something, I guess.
Yeah.
23 is your Jordan year.
I don't want to say I've rented a car before.
Oh,
and I'm
well,
not 25.
Yeah, true. You can get around that.
You can guess how old I am, though.
Sam is...
Take a guess.
I think...
Let's let everyone guess.
Yeah, how old is Sam?
Let everyone guess.
While you guys are guessing, I will say 29 is pretty irrelevant. It'll always mean something to me, though, because I will be 29 when my son is born. So that's cool.
That's cool.
I'll be 29. That's how old my both my parents were when I was born.
That's
29.
how old my dad was when I was born.
All right,
I was doing the math right there, but
there you go.
let's see who we got here.
You get some shout outs,
Yeah.
Sam, for guessing Sam, and then I'm gonna drink here.
Let's see. Garrison says 29, Philip 24, Young Prince 26, Josip 16. Nice, good guess. Legoat 17, Sam 24 from Salty. Joey said maybe 18. Nods Views, Sam is 23. Legoat 17. John Parker Russell 26. Funny Boy 25. Chris 23.
I love the maybe 18.
I know.
Yeah, we're hiring seniors in high school.
Listen, I've gotten the babyface jokes for a while now.
Ryan says you aren't 29. No way. Are you saying I look older or younger? Let me know.
I will say I'd probably admit that I think you probably look a little bit older than 29.
The beard makes a huge difference.
Yep.
Like, if we would have gotten 1,000 on the other day for the Ditka, then I would have shaved the Ditka stash a few days later, it probably chops about 10 years off. Like, I haven't been clean shaven in a while, but I look young when I go clean shave.
The correct answer, I'll give a shout out to the first person who gets it right here once I see it.
Apparently the White Sox hired a manager, which you guys are probably interested in. Jaxo just sent in a super. We'll get to that in a second, though.
The first person I saw in the chat who got it right, Tony Williams. I'm 24 years old. Turned 24 a few weeks ago.
All right. Sammy's 24, I'm 29. The dynamic duo.
Yes, sir.
The boss, happy birthday, Harrison. I am 29. We got that one. Thank you. Adam, you look a year or two older than me. I'm 37. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like with the beard, I could be anywhere from like 28 to 40. If you chop the beard off, though, you would be like, yeah, you're probably around 30, which is what I am, 29. So, Jaxo, bottoms up. White Sox hired Pedro Garfol as their new manager, and I'm excited since he has a mix of old school and new age analytics. Let me look this guy up. Where does he come from? Because there's some White Sox fans in the chat, I'm sure. He was from the Royals. Is he like the Royals bench coach? Interesting. Grieful, excuse me. Let's see if he's got a Wikipedia. He does. Just read some notes on this. Let us know. This is a good question. Favorite sports team besides the Bears? If you're a Chicago sports fan, college team, whatever it is, NBA, baseball, let me know. So this guy played catcher as a player, 52 years old, from Miami. What else we got on this guy? Yeah, he was the bench coach for the Royals. So he heads over to the White Sox. Like, I'll tell you this, they had to get rid of fucking Tony La Russa. I mean, you want to talk old. That guy was, 82? I mean, he was old. He had to go. He had to go. George says the White Sox. Torian says Bulls and White Sox. Georgia Bulldogs from Catherine. They might be number one tonight. Them or Tennessee, I think. The Bulls from Titus. We've talked about doing a Bulls channel. Could be in the works. Michigan Wolverines. Purdue Boilermakers. Cubs and Hawkeyes. Go Cubs Go from Julian. When is the deadline? 25 minutes. 25 minutes until the trade deadline. Bulls from Chi-Town. Blackhawks from John. Bulls and White Sox. St. Louis Cardinals. Ooh, how do you guys feel about that? Peloton is a Cardinals fan. I don't know. That feels like a bit of a violation. Buckeyes, Illini.
I missed it. Is that Arizona or St. Louis?
They said St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Buckeyes, Chicago Bulls.
I'll give him a little credit there because my roommate in college from Springfield, Illinois, closer to St. Louis technically than it is to Chicago. He's a Cardinals fan too.
Chicago Cubs, Bulls, Lakers. Y'all suck. y'all are giving Gatorade baths to Darvin Ham after a 1-5 start. That is brutal. Adam Kaufman says, with the new kid, when you hit 30, you'll look 45. That's probably true, Adam. The sleep is not going to be increased in 6 months. So.
I can't wait for Dad Graham. That's one thing I am looking forward to, just like it was with Dad Downey.
Daddy Downey, Daddy Graham. More kids in the chat. This is the first boy kid at Chat Sports in a while. Our main boss, James Yoder, has a son, but his other kid's a daughter. Brett has 3 daughters, and Tom has a daughter. So, so my son, naming him PJ, he's going to be running around. Let's go. All right, DeBoss with the 2, Clemson Tigers. We'll see where they're ranked tonight. They're undefeated. I'll be live on Chat Sports for our college football playoff rankings show tonight, so check us out, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Link right there. Me and Will Scott will be breaking down the first rankings of the season. Oh, Sam's going to be producing too. He'll be with us. The name is Maverick. As a diehard Notre Dame and Bears fan, I'm quite surprised with how many players are going to start for the Bears that played at Notre Dame. Yeah, you got Claypool, Komet, probably Mustapher's Notre Dame. I mean, he's starting right now. There's a few more I'm sure that I'm blanking on. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. That's why I want the Bears to draft Quentin Johnston. I need a TCU Horned Frog in Chicago. Come on.
EQ St. Brown too.
Oh, St. Brown. That's right. I knew that. St. Brown.
I think it's around the same time too as the Claypool Komet. Maybe he was on his way out when they were on their way in.
Yeah. Yep. EQ's in year 5 in the NFL, I think. So, yeah, they probably overlapped. T-Main, is Cole Komet our tight end for the future? I like what Komet's doing. I think he can be more of a receiving threat, but am I ready to say he's like a long-term number 1 tight end? I don't know. I think he can have a role long-term. I need to see more, though. I'll say this. He's improved a lot as a blocker. He's gotten a lot. He's been making some blocks in the run game. That was a bullshit hold on that Fields 45-yard run on Sunday, by the way. That was a good block. And I like what he's been doing. Let's see more in the receiving game, but I like what he's doing. Jaxo, cheers. Buckeyes, Bulls, White Sox. All right. Cheers. Oh, we are now exactly $100 away from 1,000 in Super Chats. Exactly 1,000 away. I said I would do a boot if we get to 1,000. I said I would do a beer boot. That is 3 beers. Can we get to 1,000? I don't do boots.
Now we're only 94 away.
$94.16 away. Wow. I didn't know we'd get there. I gotta physically and mentally prepare. Void, did Monty get traded? As a fake account, if you're just joining us, fake account said David Montgomery has been traded. He has not been traded. But good reminder, we are 20 minutes away from the trade deadline. We're going to stay live through the trade deadline. So stick with us here. We'll hang out. If a trade happens, we will break it all down. Tony Williams, that is a sip for the last one now. What was your guys' favorite childhood NFL team? Yeah, I grew up in Texas. My dad was a huge Cowboys fan, so Dallas. I'm all in on the Bears now, though. I mean, if you guys couldn't tell on Sunday, I wanted the Bears to beat the Cowboys really bad. So grew up in Texas. I won't lie about my background, but all in on the Bears now. All in on Fields. My dad grew up with the 90s Cowboys, so that's just what I was born into. But all in on the Bears now. Sammy?
I grew up in the Dallas area as well, but I hated Cowboys fans, and I thought they were arrogant as hell, so I never was a Cowboys fan. I'm a Denver Broncos fan.
Tragically
this season.
How do you feel about almost Bears quarterback Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett?
Hackett, #can't hack it, so fire him. Russ, listen, it's a completely different system he was running in Seattle. Yes, he's been garbage. I'm not going to take away from that. He's been bad.
Hackett's a joke, though.
Hackett is a joke. He's too corny for this team. He's too corny for a playoff contending team. I just can't have it. Too many good vibes. I need a coach that's going to chew my player's ass out a little.
How do you feel about Chubb getting traded?
Sorry. What?
How do you feel about Bradley Chubb getting traded?
I like the fact they were able to get a first-round pick like they intended to the whole time.
Yep.
Especially now because they are, they're well behind on draft capital after that Russ trade, just trading him the farm.
Devin in the chat, Hackett is not good.
No.
Very simple, but to the point.
I've been trying to, in the office here with our Broncos host, Matthew Peterson, I've been trying to start both #hackHackett and #can't hack it.
Ugh.
Whichever one catches quicker, I'm all for. But, yeah, the man's got to go.
He's brutal. Edward, here's a sip. My lifespan's Alice DeFlue says Bears coaches. By the way, we went with our second because Roquan hadn't yet taken his physical, therefore that pick wasn't available. That's actually a good transactional point. That pick may not have been available in time. Okay. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm good with it either way. I still would have done the trade, and they did. So, Bears forever, Cubs, and Montana Grizzlies. Is that a G League squad up there? The Montana Grizz? I like the Grizzlies. The regular NBA team's fun to watch. My boy Desmond Bain, TCU legend.
That is the University of Montana.
Oh, yeah.
D1, FCS.
D1, Montana. They've actually had a couple.
Sky.
They've had some NCAA tournament teams. So there you go. All right, the Bears have made a trade. Chase Claypool for a second-round pick. That's the big news today. Bears trading their own second for Claypool. They'll still have that second from the Ravens. We're $88 away from 1,000 in Super, so if you guys keep sending in Super Chats, we're going to hang out until the NFL trade deadline passes. The other trades that happened before this, Robert Quinn to Philadelphia. This was last week for a fourth-round pick. I thought the value was good for Chicago. Quinn hasn't been super productive this year. He gets to go play with a contender. And, by the way, he is now a free agent next year. They voided the rest of his contract. So Bears could bring him back. Who knows?
By the way,
cap space.
just a little note here that I just come across on Twitter from Albert Breer. Relevant detail on the Bears' big moves. All 3 deals involved assistant GM Ian Cunningham's connections. Cunningham came up under Ravens GM Eric DeCosta.
That's the Roquan move.
Worked with Steelers assistant GM Andy Weidel in Philly and Baltimore.
That's Claypool.
And worked for Eagles GM Howie Roseman.
Yep, Robert Quinn. Ian Cunningham's probably going to be a GM in a few years. So he's Paul's right-hand man right now. He's doing a hell of a job. Roquan was the other trade, of course. 2nd, 5th, and A.J. Klein coming back to Chicago for Roquan. We'll see if Klein plays on Sunday. He can help at least somewhat give you some depth at linebacker for the rest of this season. But getting the 2nd and the 5th was the big move there. All right. What was the best trade? What do you guys think? Type 1 for Robert Quinn. Type 2 for Roquan Smith. 3 for Chase Claypool. You want to make this the live poll too, Sam? I ended the other one. We'll make this the live poll too. Best trade, Robert Quinn, type 1, Roquan Smith, type 2, Chase Claypool, type 3. Madison says 3. Liam says 3. Amos says 1. You think Sanborn plays Sunday? Yeah, he got in there a little bit this week. He'll probably play a little more the rest of the season. What if Cunningham is the mastermind and not Poles? I think they work hand in hand. No GM does it solo, believe me. Poles was helping out Kansas City, too.
This is now the live poll as well, so be sure to get your votes in.
Go vote. Josip says 3. Legote says 2. 4 from Crazy. I don't know who 4 is, unless you're speaking a trade into existence. Tyreek Hill was streaming Fortnite when they traded for Bradley Chubb, and he apparently said on his stream, "Welcome to Miami, Mr. Chubb." That's pretty fucking funny. Andrew says 2, Liam 3, James 3. The live poll, everybody's all in on Claypool, so I get that. Bringing in the player is usually the exciting move, right? But those draft picks will be exciting too. Hunter says 3, Sleeping says LMAO. Yeah, that's good stuff. It's good stuff. Danger says 1, Hunter says 3.
It
Aaron
seems
says
like
2.
the general consensus here is Chase Claypool was the best trade. What do you think, Harrison?
Well, I just think fans get most excited when the player comes in, right? When you're buying,
definitely.
It's typically more exciting, but I think all 3 moves are going to be moves that pay off. I mean, obviously, getting rid of Roquan's hard. I mean, he was the heart and soul of this defense. Quinn, I told you guys, I like Quinn. He was great last year, but he's a aging pass rusher that wasn't productive this year. Give him a chance for the contender, take the 4th-round pick and move on. And then, you bring in Chase Claypool, an exciting young talent with Justin Fields, Darnell Mooney. Let's go, man. I'm excited. Nowhere, man. We're up to 934 in Supers, 66 away from a boot. Do you think Roquan will be happy with the Ravens? I don't see them going very far in the playoffs. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, we should be cheering against the Ravens the rest of the year, right? The more they lose, the better the pick is for the Bears. So I think he will be, because Baltimore historically likes having good linebackers, and Roquan's a good linebacker, so they'll probably take care of him financially. He probably will be happy there, man, and good for him. If he gets his money at the end of the day, that's what he was trying to do. So cheers. Thank you, Nowhere, man. Void Eclipse, as I crack open my next seltzer here. With the backers. You want to come do a shot? Hey, here's the deal. All right, Trace needs a drink. So when we reach 1,000 in Supers, we're 66 away.
Oh, let's go.
You want to do a Freedom Funnel?
I'll do a Trizzy funnel. I'll throw some Fireball in the Freedom funnel. Let's go.
He will do a Trizzy Funnel, which he's going to pour some Fireball, some beer, whatever, and he's going to chug it. I'm doing a beer boot at 1,000. That's what I promised. So we get to 1,000. Trizzy Trace is coming back.
Birthday. Be the $1,000 man.
Let's go.
Birthday.
66 bucks away. I'll summon you in, Trace, when the move happens. Watch that power cord. With the Packers on this 4-game losing streak, the Bears are still the most winning football team with 786, yet no 4,000-yard passer. Hopefully that changes with Fields, but with the way he runs and Bears run the football, it's definitely not happening this year. He ain't throwing for 4,000 this year. Too far behind, but in the future, possibly. Kit Stanford, St. Louis Cardinals, Bears, Blues, and Arkansas. Trace! An Arkansas fan is here. Trace just walked out. He graduated from Arkansas last year. Kit Stanford. He's a Razorback. So there you go. Woo pig. Jaxo with the super. Cheers. Poles is finally turning our team in what the league is, which is offense. Exactly. Yeah, now, you still need to be at least good on defense. You don't have to be special, but you can't be garbage on defense. But, hey, no, there's a Razorback fan in here.
Oh, go Hogs! Oh, Big Stewie!
You just heard the man.
Who is it?
It's
Kit Stanford right here.
Kit Stanford.
Kit Stanford!
Did you hear him, Kit?
Oh,
Tell me that's not
Big Stewie!
Tell me that's not a Razorback fan.
Dude, that
by
is
the way.
a Razorback fan if I've ever seen.
That guy is John
guy-
Daly's best friend.
Oh, that's 1,000.
Davey!
That's 1,000.
Davey! Let's go! Davey! Das Boot! Happy B-Day, Lord Harrison. EstablishedTitles.com/chat. Join me in our Lord Bears Now Kingdom in Scotland. Purchase a plot of land at EstablishedTitles.com/chat. They're preserving that land over there in Scotland. They're doing great work. And you could add Lord to your title. Lady Abby just walked down past the studio. She's Lady Abigail. So, hey, Lord, Lady, let's go. Davey, Das Boot time. Trace, you filling up a boot for me?
Yep. Hey.
Trace is going to fill up a boot. I'm messaging you which beer I want, Trace.
Shout out to Davey getting us across the line.
So, Sam, you have produced 3 trade shows with me. Did you produce the Robert Quinn one?
I've produced all 3 with
Robert
you, yep.
Quinn trade, Roquan Smith, and now Chase Claypool. All 3 we've gotten over 1,000. Thank you, guys.
Something about these Bears fans.
Best birthday gift I could ask for. Shout out to the real ones. FGB for days. FGB. 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 Nowhere with the 20. Here's a shot. He's saying FGB. Happy birthday, Harrison. Love the show. Thank you, guys. We crossed 1,000. Trace is getting a boot. He's going to drink as well.
Until then, you know the deal. Let's start getting some shout-outs. I see Jamie, Aaron, Martin, Kit, Jason, Nowhere Man, Julian, Benjamin, Chi-Town, My Red Pillow, Josh Ward, Kenneth Hunter, Tony Lombardo, Devin Macklin, Jedi Jada, Giro, Sammy Russo, Catherine Sapp, Ted Kelly, Christopher Brashler, James Spurlock, George Culver, Hendo said B-Day Twerk, Busy Womack, Levante Rogers, Blitz Kriege, Rebecca Gomez, Keith, Lurd Dider, Travis Taylor, Dion Jr., Victor Valenzuela, Connell Brown, Vinny 620 said FGB, Fredo, Bob Kung Fu, Hunter, Glenn, Troy, Sleeping Angels, Pick 6, Yosip. Let's see who else we got in there. Darnell Taylor, Ebi Jeezy, Hunter, Welp. Let's see. Deadpool's in there. Johnny, keep it going, Harrison.
Get the FGBs flowing. Evan K says FGB. Pick 6 says FGB. Graham Rogers, Big Roo. Did they trade Monty and Jenkins? Nope, they did not. But there's 8 minutes left until the deadline, so more moves could happen. We will wait and see. I'm doing my 3rd boot ever. 3rd boot right now. Yeah, that's good. Hey, my last one,
Shirt on.
under a minute, and I kept it
Let's
dry.
go.
I think it was like 33 seconds, so I'm going to try and beat my own PR.
I'll set the timer.
So my challenge for Harry here, keep the shirt dry. I have faith that he will.
Trace is going to do a dirty freedom funnel. Is that truly in Fireball?
Dirty bird.
Dirty
A dirty
bird.
bird.
A dirty bird.
That's pretty good.
So he's pouring a truly into this. First, can we show the people this thing?
Okay.
Look at this. It's a freedom funnel. That's what it's called.
It's a freaking American Eagle, dude. Look how badass this is.
My favorite middle school clothing line. If you didn't have American Eagle in middle school, you're a fraud.
I still wear American Eagle jeans.
Smell Abercrombie cologne in my
An Axe body spray.
You can't hear the music from Abercrombie and American Eagle. You didn't go to
I'll tell you what, though. I wasn't one of those Hollister frauds. Couldn't do it.
I was.
It was
Speaking
too
of that-
Cali for me.
Speaking of that Axe spray, who else used to light a match and just like flame throw the Axe spray into the match? Yeah.
Axe spray was such the
Badass.
fake, like, oh, I don't need to shower. I'll just throw
Yeah,
some
just
of
let's-
this on.
back in middle school, and we thought that was like an acceptable.
The middle school locker room just reeked of Axe excitement.
Oh, it was brutal.
All right.
There's that chocolate
Let me get this foam all gone. Let me
So
Do
the
what I can
record,
do.
Harrison, was
33,
what? 33.
I think.
We said it the other day. Will he beat 33 seconds?
I'm no
Type Y for
Jeremy
yes, type N
Chugs.
for
I
no.
can't do it in 8 seconds. He's insane. He's probably. We've actually joked. You guys saw Jeremy Chugs yesterday. Chugged one of these in 7.8 seconds. We've joked about him going to the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. They do the lemonade chug beforehand.
Yeah.
I think he could compete.
could actually.
Like I think he honestly could compete. I don't think he'd win it, but he could compete. No, he would not get last.
I think the battle to qualify would tell you everything you need to know.
He
If
would
you
get
could
through
qualify.
He would get through
can compete.
qualies. He would no doubt about that.
He's
He'd
not
get
beating.
th-
He's not beating
He
old
may not
Joey
even have to
Chestnut.
qualify. We're gonna send MLE just some clips, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you're."
He's
in.
not.
You're
He's not
good to
beating
go."
old. He's not beating old Joey Chestnut. But
Well, he's not. Who was the guy that chugged the 3 gallons of lemonade in like 10 seconds last year?
I don't
That
know.
was a big
super
dude.
Big dude.
Yeah.
That was
Look,
that
he was storing that
evaporated.
shit in his neck fat.
America, baby. America.
All right, so we're gonna try and set a PR here. Did you get
Everyone
some
type
Fireball
chug
that
in the
piece?
chat right now.
Type chug in the chat. Let's
Happy
see if I can
birthday,
beat
Graham.
33. Thank
Happy
you guys.
freaking birthday.
All
Here
right.
we go. It starts when it starts. Here we go.
3. Or you got it. You got it.
When I start, just go.
Chug, 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 chug. Get it in the chat. It's a solid pace so far. He's going to have the bubble coming up here soon. Let's see if he can get around it.
Good pace here by Harry.
It is record pace here.
Come on, Harry. Come on.
Do we have
Come
it?
on. Come on.
Does he have it?
Come on.
Does he have it? Does he have it?
Harry.
Little spillage.
24-14.
We'll take that.
24-14.
Oh my God.
That's a record,
Let's go.
baby.
Let's go.
That's how it gets done.
I'm no Jeremy Chugs, but we're improving.
Graded. I want to see A's exclusively in the chat
The
right
birthday
now.
chugs have been some of my best today. Wow. 5 minutes until the trade deadline. Little spillage, but for me, that's pretty damn good.
Hey, you power through the spillage if you're
pretty
gonna
damn
beat
good.
25 seconds.
Woo! Let me regroup. Sam, give me some shout-outs. Let me get a little water in here.
Yep, I'm giving shout-outs to only people who type A in the chat. So Kit Stanford, Devin, Jason Macklin, Freddie Ray, Tommy Brower, Busy Womack, Sayamak. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Alex Katz, Bernard's in there, Sharv, Edgar, Lur is in there, James Spurlock, Superblaze, George Culver, Edgar, Sleeping Angels, Freddie Ray, Drucifer, Having Fun, Cheeto, Danny, Nate Perez, Martin Brealey, Hunter Hoffman, Pick 6, Robert, Brenton, Aaron, Darnell, Ryan, 142154, Jacob Ford, Dan, Having Too Fun, Brian, Petra Rosso, Sleeping Angels, let's see, Danny. I see people typing B. You're not getting a shout out. Big Brew, David, or Dan, excuse me, Darth Guido, Bryce
I'll
Long.
say this in terms of the grade. For me, it's definitely an A. For The Office, it's probably a B, B minus. But, you know, for me, that's about as good as it gets. Under 25 seconds, slight spillage, but I'll take that result all day long.
Trade alert.
Okay?
Naheem Hines. Take a guess. Take a guess. Where'd he go?
I'm going to say, I'll give you 2 teams, Eagles or Rams.
Wrong and wrong. Buffalo Bills.
They would have been the 3rd team. I would
Naheem
guess.
Hines from the Colts to the Buffalo Bills.
That makes sense. Bills are looking for some backfield depth.
And we're at 2 minutes until the trade deadline.
2
right
minutes.
Now. There's always a few minutes
Yeah.
after the deadline,
We'll
so
wait.
the fax machine gets a little late.
Yeah. Kind of feels like the Bears are probably done. Maybe they make a minor trade to sell a piece, but I don't think they're going to trade Eddie Jackson. I don't
And
think they're
still-
trading David Montgomery.
I still have David Montgomery's search pulled up on Twitter, so I'll know as soon as it happens.
If
it
it
has not happened.
They're not going to trade him, I don't think. Which is smart because give your quarterback the best evaluation you possibly can the rest of this year. And David Montgomery being a part of this thing helps you do that. Vinny says Jags traded for Ridley. Bears coulda, if about the future. Yeah, I mean, they could have traded for him. He wouldn't have helped you this year. I think the Bears are, and probably other teams are surprised Ridley got traded mid-year. I mean, the guy's suspended and not playing this year. So I think that's why teams are probably surprised. Killen says Harrison, him, GOAT. Hey, I don't view myself as a GOAT. I'm just here to do a job. Be here for Bears fans. You guys are the best. Subscribe to the channel. We have fun. We keep it real. I'm live on my birthday. Come on, help me out. Hit that sub button. Let's go. YouTube.com/BearsNow. When the Bears make moves, we break it down here on this channel.
We are 230 subscribers away from 55,000.
We're 230 away from 55K. Come on, let's go. Subscribe. Let's get to 55,000. Let's go. All right. So we will see if any more trades come in at the last second here. Let me get a Ryan Poles search on Twitter and see if there's a scheduled press conference here. I want to see what's going on here. Press.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just recap the moves that the Bears have done so far. It started late last week. I believe this was on Thursday, Harrison? The Robert Quinn trade?
Sounds right. Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday.
It was Wednesday, actually.
Late last week, Robert Quinn to the Eagles for a fourth-round pick. And Harrison's given his take before, and I kind of second a lot of what he said. You know,
aging vet. He needed to go to a contender.
Exactly. Hasn't played that well this year. Yeah. You're getting an early day 3 pick out of him, which I think is probably a little bit more than what Harrison was expecting given his performance. So Ryan Poles a solid move there to start. Then yesterday, this is the big one. In my mind, this is the big trade.
This is the biggest move Ryan Poles has made.
Yes.
Trading away Roquan Smith, arguably your best player, that takes a lot of guts, man. Like, if it doesn't work out, it's going to be not a stain, but it's going to be a negative, an X mark on his resume. So it took a lot of courage to do that. But I think doing that helped you do this, which was get Chase Claypool. So, you know, they're building. They want to build around the quarterback. That's what this all tells me. They believe in Justin Fields. And they should. He's showing real signs. He's getting better. Put some pieces around him. Chase Claypool is 6'4", 238 pounds, and he runs a 4.4. He's had success in this league. 2 900-yard-ish seasons his first 2 years. Less production this year, but he's playing with a rookie quarterback who's trying to figure it out, and Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky, who's not very good, as we all know. Justin Fields can throw the ball vertically. That's Chase Claypool's strengths. Go up and get it downfield. I'm excited, man. This is going to be good. Grade the Bears wide receiver room. A, B, C, D, or F. I said earlier C+ right now, B-. There's still more moves in the future to come at receiver, I would think. Draft free agency, but
so
3 o'clock, by the way.
Get your votes in here. Trade deadline has passed. A couple key notes to point out. The Panthers are standing pat per Albert Breer's per source. So Brian Burns, DJ Moore, Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, Jeremy Chin, all staying in Carolina. Jake Trotter with ESPN reporting Kareem Hunt remains on the Browns through the trade deadline. Ari Meroff saying they wanted a 4th-round pick for him. No trade for Brandon Cooks. By the way,
wow, that's surprising.
So by the way, Harrison, I don't know if you caught this too, amid all the madness, but Lovie Smith, I believe it was, someone with the Texans told the media that Brandon Cooks wasn't at practice today for personal reasons.
They probably just said stay at home.
I don't know how much of a cover-up that
I think that's probably stay at home. You could get traded. If you don't, we'll see you tomorrow type deal. He's also nursing a wrist injury, so could be a lot of reasons there.
So Brandon Cooks not traded. And then what was the other one I wanted to point out? David Montgomery, obviously.
Unless we'll give it a few minutes here, a buffer zone.
I'm waiting to see if a Bears beat writer has anything, but none of them have really said anything about him today either.
I don't see anything here. I think the Bears I think we're done here. I mean, we're going to stay live a few more minutes, make sure, but I think the Bears are I think they made their trades. I mean, they traded Quinn, they traded Roquan, they traded for Claypool. That's a pretty busy deadline. By the way, we'll have a video tomorrow morning. We'll probably double dip on videos tomorrow. Video in the morning, Bears trade deadline grades and overall reaction. We'll take a look at that. And then tomorrow afternoon, it'll either be tomorrow or Thursday. I still want to do a post-trade deadline mock draft because there's been a lot of action here. So we'll make that happen. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Turn on those notifications so you know when we publish a video. We're going to have you covered for that as well, and then we will be good.
Another minor note, not really related
Cam
to the
Akers
Bears
not
all too
traded.
much. Yep, Josina saying Cam Akers not traded,
might
hoping
cut
for a
him.
fair resolution. The relationship is still amicable, which means it could be. And Brandon, wow. Okay, Brandon Cooks, 40 seconds ago, on Twitter, on his Twitter, this is verbatim, don't take a man's kindness for granted. Covered for the lies for too long, those days are done. Cross the line with playing with my career.
I mean, look, the guy's been traded like 4 times. I hear where he's coming from, and he's been productive everywhere he's been. He probably feels like he's not wanted anywhere. I feel for the guy. Like he's got 6,000-yard seasons, and he's not even 30.
I know. That is nuts.
He's frustrated, man.
He is the
so
prototypical 100 receiver in my mind.
Yes.
Like you can't
like
really
if
get much
Darnell
better
Mooney
than him.
has a Brandon Cooks career, we should be thrilled. Seriously.
Definitely.
We got a couple super chats, but grade the Bears trade deadline moves as well. Then we'll get to these supers. Assuming there's no more, A, B, C, D, or F, grade the moves. If you're just joining us this stay, and I did a beer boot. Pretty good for the most part. Little drippage, but it went pretty well. Jonathan, B. Jaxo, B. Grade the Bears trade deadline. B+ from Kit. Victor says B. Darth says B. George, Lift say B. Nowhere, B. Peloton, C. It's got to be at least a B, man. Like, if you're upset about Roquan, okay, fine, but they're building around the quarterback. It's what you got to do. You build around the quarterback, and then you build everything else. That's what you do. Joe B, Allen B+, Nate Perez B+, Dan B, A- from Frito. Pick 6 says C+, A- from the Lego Brothers. John B-, Daniel A, JJ B, Frito B+, B+ from Matthew. Come again, Monty. A fake account said Montgomery was traded. He was not traded. At least we don't think so. We're giving it a few minutes to make sure nothing comes through after the buzzer here, but it
still nothing.
It is what it is. All right, a couple more super chats here. Luke Claus, now do you draft a receiver in the draft after this?
Interesting trade compensation for the Nyheim Hines trade.
Ooh,
Zach
Zach
Moss
Moss.
and a 6th that can turn into a 5th for Nyheim Hines.
Okay, I didn't know Moss was part of that trade. All right. Kind of like Zach Moss. I still think you draft one, Luke. You don't have to draft one in round 1, but that doesn't mean you can't either. I think what this Claypool move does, it gives you flexibility. You can draft an edge rusher. You can draft a defensive tackle. You can go offensive line. I don't think you'd go linebacker in the first round, but who knows? It gives you options, and you want to be flexible entering a draft. You don't want to be like, oh, God, we have to get this position. That's a position of weakness. You want to be in a position of strength come the NFL draft. Mark Ortiz with a super chat, which means I got to take a sip for $5. This is a super sticker. Appreciate it, Mark. Ooh, Michael at the 20. That's a shot. Michael says, happy birthday, brother. Bear down. Appreciate it, Michael.
So excited for Fireball.
It is my birthday. I've never been this excited for Fireball. Cheers. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, Tyrese Bradley. The Bears should draft Marvin Mims. You are correct.
I like Marvin Mims, too. I do.
Great receiver.
He's good. Oklahoma. I like Marvin Mims. Although, he had some weird drops against Iowa State. That was kind of weird.
He had a couple weird drops. That is, the drops is a little bit of an off thing for him. But he's averaged over 16 yards a catch over the course of his career.
Yeah, he makes big
consistent
plays.
Route runner, gets open.
Him and Mooney are obviously honestly very similar. Like, little undersized, but they make big plays. Mims a bigger prospect coming out, bigger school obviously, but
I think Mooney may be a little faster overall.
Mooney's got more speed. I think.
Mims may be a slightly better. I don't know how you judge him as a route runner.
Mooney,
those are also
Mooney
like,
is a
tricky.
great double move route runner, like a slant and go, out and up guy. He's good at that stuff. So, Michael, thank you. We got a super chat from Sal coming in here. What do you think about the Minnesota and Detroit trade? The Lions suck. That's what I think. Like, what are you doing? You're giving Minnesota T.J. Hawkinson? Why? Like, I get you get a second back, and you probably didn't think that, but you're also sending 2 fourths. To get a fourth, I don't know, man. Detroit stinks. Jalen Hyde is a beast. He is. Yeah, can we just spam it all? FGB, F Detroit, F Minnesota. Get the chat going. Let's go.
Quick news for you. The Bears are waiving Isaiah Coulter to make room for Chase Claypool.
He'll probably come back to the practice squad. They like him
That's what I figured.
as a practice squad guy. But Isaiah Coulter to get cut. Nah. Honestly, I think we play some shot clock here and call it, honestly. I think the deadline's done. I don't know exactly when Poles is going to talk. If I knew when he was going to talk. Let me pull up their website. Hang on.
I'm going to get some shout-outs in the meantime.
If you guys, anyone in the chat, if y'all have seen when Ryan Poles is going to talk, let me know. It's probably going to be at least 3:30, so it's kind of one of those deals where it's like, I don't know if we wait or not.
From the 79th and Hallis podcast, Harrison, I don't know if you know them. They say 4 p.m. Central.
4 Central, yeah. We're not going to wait till then. I got other stuff to do, so.
Yeah, Bears Insider.
Sounds like Poles is going to talk in about 50 minutes, so we're not going to stay live for that. We got other stuff going on, but I'll get some shout-outs here. FGP, F Detroit, F Minnesota, from Master, Christopher, Legoat, Peyton, Dylan. Nowhere, we got Marcus, Legoat, Dylan. Let's get it. F the Dolphins. Yeah, big game. Hey, you beat the Dolphins on Sunday at 4-5 in the NFC. You're not out of it. This is a big game, for sure. Big game. Kit Stanford. Neo says hi. What's up, Neo? Sharv says FMD. I don't know what FMD is, but. Super chat from CB coming in, and then we'll play some shot clock. Do we have the shot clock graphic? CB, cheers to you. So we chose to not move Monty now, but we'll lose him next year. Hey, you don't know that. Bears have $120 million in cap space. They could bring it back. I put this poll on Twitter last night. I said, would you rather trade Monty for a 4th or 5th, because I think 5th is probably about what you would have gotten, or keep him and bring him back for like $5 to $6 million per year? Look, if a team throws 8, 9, 10 million at him, hey, he's gone. But I think keeping him, even if it only ends up being this year, has value. Give Justin Fields the best chance to grow. David Montgomery helps you do that. Helps your offense be good. So, and I would bring him back. Even with Khalil Herbert's emergence, this team's going to want to run the football. You need 2 backs to do that. You ready to give Treston Ebner 12 carries a game? I'm not. Got to see more from him. Got to see more. All right, so the trade deadline has passed. It doesn't look like any more trades are coming in. So I've got other stuff to do. I got college football coverage tonight on Chat Sports. So you know the drill. Bears just tweeted out the Claypool trade, by the way. That's probably more like proof that no more trades are coming. I think they're done. So Chase Claypool coming to Chicago. So for a second-round pick. Let me just read this and make sure that there's nothing weird about this trade. Exchange for a second-round pick, yada, yada, yada. All right, cool. So if you want us to stay alive, we need super chats. You guys have been over the top, over $1,000. That's crazy. But I'll stay alive if more come in. If not, we're going to have to sign off. So 1-minute clock starts now. Shot clock is on. If we don't get any super chats, we will call it quits here. We'll kind of recap the news, and then we will sign off here. So if you want us to stay alive, you wonder if the Bills inquired about Montgomery because they traded for Nyheim Hines. So I'd be curious to know if they called the Bears.
For a similar-ish price, then maybe they would have
they get a
for
5th?
Monty. 5th and Zach Moss.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nyheim Hines for Zach Moss and a conditional 6th that can become a 5th.
All right. 30 seconds gone. If you guys want to stay alive, got a super chat. Otherwise, we're going to call it a day, and it's been a very fun day. I'm excited for Chase Claypool. Should be a lot of fun. 20 seconds here. See what you guys are saying. They still need a burner since Velus Jones seems like a complete buster. I mean, Mooney has good speed. Claypool's got speed. I hear your point, though. We'll see what Velus turns into. Do you think we try to get DJ Moore? Maybe, but I think the price is probably too big. 10 seconds. If we don't get a super chat, we're done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Someone says Rams called the Bears about Monty for Cam Akers. Like a swap? I like Monty better. Ooh, Justin Fried. So here's what we'll do. That super chat was late. So I think we got 2, though. Okay, we'll count that. We got 2 that came in. I think we'll count it since it's 2. I was going to lower the shot clock to 30, but since 2 came in, we'll keep it at 60. Justin Fried, appreciate it. Also, Sal, how you think Claypool complements Fields? He's a vertical threat, and Fields throws a good deep ball. I mean, big plays. That's what I would be looking at. Third one coming in here from Master Wu. But, yeah, I think there's big play potential in this offense. I mean, really. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I do
Master
have
Wu.
another note, Harrison, while you reset the shot counter.
Okay.
Josina Anderson, I don't know if you ever caught this, said, "My understanding is after an offer was made this morning on Chase Claypool initially and it wasn't good enough, the Bears figured another team was involved and they had to up the ante," which they did.
So maybe initially they offered that Ravens pick.
Maybe.
And then they said, okay, we'll give you ours. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why the initial reporting was the Ravens pick. So they wanted Claypool. I mean, you trade your own second-round pick, you want a guy. Like, there's no doubt. Big, physical, and fast. So here we go. 60-second shot clock starts now. Thanks for all the super chats today. If we don't get any more, we're calling it quits here. Shouldn't say calling it quits. We're just signing off. We've had a hell of a day here. Having a hell of a day here. 20 seconds, guy. Yeah, I'm quitting my job. Kidding. I'm not quitting. Not going anywhere. Not leaving you guys high and dry. 25 seconds. Justin Fried Chicken. He says he's got ready. Well, you got 30 seconds, Justin. Don't cut it too close. Don't cut it too close. Ah, there he is. There he is. Justin Fried Chicken with the 1. Who's going to pick up Justin Fried? Since it's only a 1, we got to start it right away. Claypool for a second for those who may have just joined us. Here we go. Starting over. Give us more film study. Yeah, you know what? I might do a post-Chase Claypool first game film study. How about that? Maybe we'll throw that at you next week. We've been, there's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of trades. Hard to get to the film studies require more preparation, so it's hard to do them every week, but I'd like to do more. When is the polls presser? 4 o'clock. We're not going to carry it live. We got too much going on, but we'll certainly follow me on Twitter at HGramNFL. I'll certainly be keeping tabs with it. 30 seconds. Justin Fried said someone has to contribute. Hey, he did his part. He did his part. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. If we don't get a super chat, we got to sign off. I'm down to stay live and do some questions. Fried says he'll do it if it's an emergency. Well, that's your call. Oh, Davey with 5 seconds to spare. Then Justin Fried contributing a 1 as well. So is Sal. A couple coming in here. Can you do a film study on Claypool? Maybe. I don't know if I can get to one before Sunday, but I think after a game or two of Claypool in this offense, we'll do some sort of film study. I will try to make that happen. Like I said, it requires more prep, but I think it would be a fun video. So stay tuned. Be on the lookout for that. Justin Fried with the 1. Appreciate you, my friend. Sal says, think Chase plays this week? I think so. It's only Tuesday. I mean, I assume he'll fly in tomorrow or tonight, get in there tomorrow for Wednesday's practice, and start getting up to speed. I said earlier, I don't think he'll be full throttle, but I bet he'll be active and play some. I mean, it's not like this, what? Oh, no, we can't play him because of Dante Pettis. I mean, no, get him out there. Sal, that's the one I just answered. So, Top Shotta as well. Thank you, Top Shotta. Thank you, guys. Any trades you rather have seen the Bears make? I'm pretty content. I mean, I wanted to keep Montgomery. I wanted to keep Eddie Jackson, so I'm good. I mean, if there was a minor trade, like trading away, like, I don't even know who it would be, like Angelo Blackson for a late pick or something like that, maybe, but it is what it is. Hydra says they won't let me leave. Yeah, y'all won't let me leave. But I'm down to stay if you super chat. Clock starts now. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. We'll throw the super chat clock back on the screen here. Ugh. You the GOAT. Thank you, Dave. Justin Fried, I'm not donating. No one is required to donate, by the way. But what I will say is all the donations help us grow. We had studios. We hire people. I mean, when I first started here, we had 1 studio and 6 employees. Now we have 20 employees and what, 7 studios? What are we up to?
When I first started, we had 2 studios, and one of them was where everybody worked, in the office. We had to, you remember, Harrison, 5 floors above where we are right now.
I literally worked in the other studio. Remember that? That's like where my desk was. Garrett with the super chat. But yeah, Sam's been here not quite as long as me, but for a while. He knows. I mean, the growth has been huge, and the super chats really help. So don't think your money's going to waste. I promise you it's not. It's not like I take your money and I light it on fire or something. Garrett, what college linebacker would you draft? I'll be honest, guys. I got to look more at certain positions for the draft. I'm going to do that, but I need more time. I don't want to come up here and just bullshit names.
He's about to have a child and everything.
I got a kid on the way, but I will get you that content. Don't worry. Thank you for the 5. Cheers. Sal says, where are you going, Harrison? It's your birthday. Let's drink. Hey, I'm down to hang out. $20 super chat, or we're taking shots. $5 for cheersing. $100 beer bong. I'm ready. If you guys want to hang out, I'll hang. CB making me drink. Do you think Kmet will continue to have more production, or have we seen the full story? I hope we haven't seen the full story. I mean, last year he had 60 catches and 600 yards. He's capable. He's been a good blocker this year. He's starting to pick it up. Had a touchdown last week. So I think getting another weapon could help open him up as well. Cheers. All right. Got to start the clock again, I'm being told. Here we go. 1 minute. I'm down to party. It is the birthday. Garrett says his kid is due in February. Nice. April for us. So, it's exciting times, man. Exciting times. Isn't Claypool similar to Smith's demands? He wants a check after his rookie contract. Look, if Claypool comes in here as making plays, then he'll get paid. That's all he's got to focus on. 30 seconds. We waived Coulter. Yeah, the Bears did cut Isaiah Coulter. Not surprising. He will. He'll probably go to the practice squad. Julian, keeping us live. Julian. Any O-line updates? This is actually a good point. So, Cody Whitehair is on IR for at least 2 more weeks. Lucas Patrick for at least 3 more weeks. Alex Leatherwood's been activated from the NFI list. I don't know if we'll see him out there at some point. That would be interesting. But Mustapher is going to keep playing center for now, I would imagine. I think Schofield's played pretty good at left guard, honestly. The question is, who starts at right tackle this week? Is it Larry Borum, who was in concussion protocol last week? If he clears, will he start? Or will it be Riley Reef?
A deal that beat the buzzer. The Chiefs have traded Rashad Fenton to the Falcons.
Wow. That's interesting.
That's something.
That is interesting.
What a trade deadline.
Interesting.
Craziest trade deadline we've had. 9 trades today alone.
A 9th trade. I think it's the craziest NFL trade deadline I can ever remember.
Maybe me too.
Rashad Fenton's not a bum either. Like, he's a starting caliber corner. That's pretty interesting.
Falcons had both Casey Hayward on IR, AJ Terrell with injuries, and they're in first place in the NFC South.
I'll be curious to see what the value is. Wow. All right. This is why you subscribe, because we're breaking it all down. Interesting. All right. Got to start the shot clock again. How much for a shot? I'll tell you what. We'll do $10 super chats for a shot. I'll cut it in half. $10, but individual, like not like if 10 people send in $1. $10 super chat for a shot. It's usually 20. We'll cut it in half though since we're near the end here. So there you go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If we don't get a super chat, then going to be good to go. Call it a day here. Call it a day here.
Man, shout out to all the Bears fans today.
Shout out to the real ones. Feel free to help Coop in there too. Just like get a list of graphics or something like that. 10 seconds. This could be it. This could be it. Sal says if I send you 50, you will take 5 shots. Yeah. You got 5 seconds though. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Justin Fried Chicken. He said he was done. He ain't though. He ain't done. Justin Fried Chicken. He said he was done. Wow. Coming through. It's only $1 though. We got to reset it. Thank you, Justin Fried. We're starting the clock over here. Here we go. Here we go. Dave is a beast. My God, man. Let the man go. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people. That's what I do. That's what I do. 50 bomb. I mean, if someone sends it in, between Sam and I, we'll take 5 shots. I mean, that's the deal. We're already 30 seconds in. It goes by quick. Scorpio gang, that's right. Scorpio gang. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. There's Garrett with the 5. There's Garrett with the 5. That gets us over $1,100 in super chats. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Cheers. Claypool adds a deep threat.
What? I'll take a shot for that.
All right, Sam will take a shot.
Just cause.
Just cause. Why not? Chase Claypool's
It's
a bear.
trade deadline Tuesday.
Chase
What else am I
Claypool's a
gonna do?
bear.
Conditional 7th round pick for Rashawn Fenton.
That is, wow.
That seems light.
Rashad Fenton was good last year.
For a
he
guy
hadn't
that
played
was-
as well this year, but like,
Wasn't he entering the season as CB1, kind of?
L'Jarius Sneed, but still.
Well, I feel like to that point in his career, Snead had done everything or at least a good amount in the slot, more so than the outside.
But they value that position there. I mean, he's still their top guy. That is, and he shadows sometimes against top guys.
Fair.
That's interesting. Yeah, get Claypool down the field. I'm with you. Oh, some more coming in here. Vinny, that's a shot. I'll take this shot. Ooh, he almost knocked it over. We got about 5 shots left in this bottle. We could kill it.
We should kill it.
Cheers.
You should help us kill the bottle.
Shot. I was at AT&T Stadium. It was a sad day. Hey, but the offense was fun to watch, was it not? And now you got Claypool running around. Let's go. Let's go, Vinny. Hang in there. Hang in there, Vinny. Hang in there. Alan Mack, my Ireland brother, kudos to you. Appreciate the 2-piece, my friend.
That's English.
My friend, you know. All right, let's run it back. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. I am surprised by that Rashad Fenton trade. That's a conditional 7th. That's interesting. All right, that was quick. Sal with the 5-piece. Cheers. Take another shot. I said 10, guys. I said 10. I'll tell you what, Sal. If you send in another 5, I'll take one. It's $10 though. Usually it's 20. It's 10 right now. He says, "You think the Bears can make the playoffs starting 3-5? They still have a chance. Would love to see them." It's possible. You probably got to win this game. You got to beat the Dolphins. You get to 4-5. I mean, let's just play a hypothetical game here. All right. I'll give Sal some time too if he wants to give another 5 for a shot. You got the Dolphins at home this week. If you can win that game, then Detroit comes to town. You should beat the Lions at home. I'm not saying it's a gimme. The Lions play hard. Even though they're not winning, they're probably better than they were last year. But You win that. You beat the Dolphins, beat the Lions. You're 5-5. You're right back in it. Then you go to Atlanta, who's playing well, but that's a winnable game. You go to the Jets. I would still consider that a winnable game. Their injuries are piling up. And by the way, Zach Wilson does not look good. That is not looking good. Then you get the Packers at home, which normally you're like, well, that's a loss. I don't know if it's a for sure loss. So let's say with those 5 games, you go 4-1. That's a stretch. I get it. But that gets you to 7-6 with 4 games left. Eagles at home, Bills at home. I mean, you're probably going to lose both of those. At Detroit, let's say you win that, get to 8-8. Vikings at home in Week 18, 9-8. I don't know. Just kind of mapping it out.
Quick note for you to touch on.
Kind of mapping it out.
From Danny Parkins as it relates to the Claypool trade. Danny Parkins, 670 score in Chicago, said, I think the Bears paid a lot for Claypool because the market demanded it, which I think is true, and you can kind of expand on this. The free agent class is awful, and if you didn't get a high-end physical talent at wide receiver, you'd feel forced to use your first rounder on one. Now Poles has flexibility.
Yeah.
Getsy needs to unlock consistent effort.
Yeah, I mean, and even if it's a slight overpay, welcome to the trade deadline. You're not underpaying for guys on a trade. You're just not. I think it's fine. So, we'll see. Chase Claypool for a second. We got to start over. Sal, I didn't see. If you send another 5, I'll still honor that for a shot. But in the meantime, we got to restart the clock here. $10 super chats equals a shot. There we go. Any super chat to stay alive in the next minute. Otherwise, we got to call it quits. Oh, another trade came in. Bills-Falcons trade. Safety Dean Marlowe from the Falcons to Buffalo for a 2023 7th. That's probably just like a special teams trade.
That is the first time I've heard the name Dean Marlowe in my life.
Dean Marlowe. Falcons legend.
I bet we could be traded for 2023 7th-round picks.
30 seconds. Davis White got activated from the pup today, too, so Bills trying to make that run. 20 seconds. If we don't get a super chat, we're out of here. Checkmark says stay alive. Need a super chat. We got other stuff going on today. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait, no, that's an old one from Benny. That's it. Keith says, congrats on the kid. Thank you. My wife's a teacher. Also, it's a rough job. Yeah, I mean, sure, there's rewards for the job. Makes you feel good, helping kids out. But, yeah, I mean, we don't treat our teachers well enough. We just don't. They're underpaid. The attack on teachers the last couple of years has been disgraceful, in my opinion. All right, that's it. We're done. If we get a late one here, we'll continue, but the shot clock then reduces to 30 seconds. I got to be a man of my word. So subscribe to the channel if one comes in during this. Cool. If not, appreciate all the support today. We'll have more videos coming up. We'll have probably some trade deadline grade reaction video in the morning tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We'll see what Ryan Poles says here in about 30 minutes. I'll be curious to see what he has to say as well. Subscribe. Turn on those notifications. Someone says, I wish Bears got DJ Moore. Hey, be happy with Claypool, man. Moore was going to cost a first. I'm happy with what happened here. Appreciate the support. I'll give you 10 seconds to make sure none come in because sometimes YouTube delays. I don't want to sign off and then a super chat flies in. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Real quick, Jason says you have a college show. Where can I watch? I will be live along with producer Sam, youtube.com/chatsports, our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. We will be live over there breaking down the initial college football playoff rankings tonight. My TCU Horned Frogs unbeaten. I'm excited to see where they're ranked. Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Bama, where they all ranked. Find out with us. We'll react. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Chase Claypool traded from the Steelers to the Bears. I'm out. You guys are legends. See you guys tomorrow here on the channel.